It's working. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shenanigoons, that thing that we do. Guess who didn't set up the teleprompter because they don't have to do a captain's log tonight because the captain's dead. But there's a lot of other stuff on there that I'm supposed to have, and I don't.
That spelljammery
This
spelljammer
guy.
that's ever spelljammered.
Perfect. That's our new catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, players. Welcome to Shenanigans.
Am I not spelljammery enough for you?
More of a spell preserve.
Spell preserve. P-E-R.
Magic mystery. It's usually the vibe. Thank you.
There's got to be we're a spell jelly because jam don't shake like that joke in there somewhere. Spell jellies? I like spell jellies.
We're a spell garden.
Welcome to Shenanigoons. You're awesome. You subscribe.
Thank you, Lily.
To the Shenanigoons, and no one here was bribed. No
Can't do the Running Man sitting down.
Can, but no one will see it.
You're awesome. You subscribe.
What was that move, Angela?
That was the chew.
Oh, okay.
That was the I'm out of
Chew, yeah.
tissues. Damn it.
Damn it! Leap. Yeet.
Sorry, I didn't vampire. I should have.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shenanigoons. So let's talk very quickly about our sponsors, and then we're going to get right to our awesomeness. So World Anvil is the most robust world building and campaign management software that exists on the internet today. Go over to worldanvil.com and take a look. And if you are a user of World Anvil, seriously consider, and you should be, but seriously consider stepping it up and paying for your account, because they do a lot of work keeping that website going, and it is very expensive to host 500,000 users, especially when the economy starts to downturn, and people have to stop canceling their accounts. So please, if you have the means and you do use World Anvil, seriously consider stepping up to a guild membership. I know that they would appreciate it, and we would too. Very soon, we will also have a special affiliate link, so if you are not a member, we will have that going. But don't wait. If you're ready to sign up for a guild membership, go do it right now. You do not have to wait for our affiliate link. It's okay, we promise.
Hello, Raiders.
Kalajari, hello. Thank you for rating. So go to worldanvil.com and light up the forge right now. Not right now. Stay here and watch this. 3 hours from now, you can do that. Next, we go to Die Hard Dice. Die Hard Dice is the most incredible dice company that exists. I truly believe that. Todd and crew over there really step up every time they put out any product. It's high quality. They take care of all their customers. I've personally never seen a defective product go out, and I pay attention to a lot of their posts, but I know that if they did, they would fix it, correct it, replace it, and probably send a few extras on top of that, because I know what kind of people they are. But personally, I've never seen it, so you know. The dice always live up to expectations. They always are as bright, vibrant, and beautiful as you might expect, and all the colors and designs are done in-house. And then they send them out for mass production. So it is a great little company, and they can use your support right now too. And they're doing.
I just ordered 3 new sets from them.
Awesome, and they're doing absolutely everything they
I'm very
can
excited.
to keep as much of their crew working right now as well. So that's very, very good of them. So that's go to Die Hard Dice. So if you want to roll with the best, go to dieharddice.com and use the coupon code Goonies GOONIES. For 15% off your first or next order. Is that good? Are we good?
Yes, and look at that
Awesome.
hype train going.
Hype train already going. Gosh, gillies.
Y'all are amazing.
I don't know where that came from. I
You don't know. Hello, Kyle.
Why?
No, it's the
Which
other
Kyle?
Kyle.
Oh.
Hello, other Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Thank you guys for the hype train. I don't know what it was, Pygmy. Everyone say hi to Pygmy, who is our moderator for Shenanigans.
No. Hi, Medic. Thank you for the bits.
Thank you, Medic. Hi, Medic.
Thank you, Medic. Hello, hello, hello.
Medic, did you get to see everything that you paid for last week? You made some big donations last week, so we want to make sure everything got in. I know one of those snuck in the last minute. I wasn't sure if that was before you left or not. Anyway, for the hype train, we got 4 minutes left on the hype train. Every time we surpass a level on the hype train, the crew gets a reroll into their reroll pool. Angela, how many rerolls do you guys have right now?
We currently have 11 before
okay.
the hype train started.
That's amazing. So you got at least 12 now. You can also just buy some of those, but it's a lot more fun to do it with the hype train because then you get some stuff out of it too. You get the emojis that come along with that. I think you get one new emoji every time we unlock a hype train, and we've been doing that every week right at the beginning here. It's been crazy. So thank you guys very, very much for that. Just gonna keep talking to the hype trains over because it's very weird when we leave in the middle of a hype train. Because that
it is a little
weird.
strange to leave in a
Plus,
middle
I'm not sure anybody's really wanting us to jump right into the next part anyway, because we will be picking up right where we left off last week with the Regents singing this song on the deck of the Cloudbreaker.
It'd be so sad.
I mean, did the captain explicitly say they wanted to wait?
Yes.
Like a party?
If I die, wake my ass up.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
As I was about to post on Twitter, we don't currently have a cleric in the party.
We do not.
Nope.
We love that you
We sure do don't.
You've tuned in to Shenanigoons.
Did you just say we sure do don't?
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Magic.
I was talking about gillyweed earlier,
Is
so I'm sure that
usually
we sure do
by-
don't is fine.
So strap in for Shenanigoons.
Oh my gosh,
Talk
Lily,
about
thank
wow.
you.
Lily.
Gilly, what's going on?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're amazing.
Did we just blow through our hype train?
I think we might
Are
have.
we? I have no idea what's going
Or
on
at least
anymore.
on level 4.
You should turn the
Level 3.
We just hit level 3. Level 3
finished
is completed. Oh gosh.
I
We're on
enjoyed
Hey,
four.
we're almost done
almost
with
at
level 4
5.
already. You guys are amazing. Holy cow.
I gotta be honest, I really enjoyed starting the session like this. It really just lifts your spirits.
Once we get started, I'll turn the audio down, but this is great. This is
And then we'll get to
beautiful.
sad time. Hooray!
Oh, I love
Gosh,
it.
we may have a chance to hear all the songs today. That's awesome.
Or a lot of the same one. It's what's
Over and
new
over
Pussycat.
again.
Yeah, that's true.
Lily, thank you so much for 5 subscriptions. That
Amazing,
gifted
thank
subscription.
you.
That's amazing. It also gives us a chance to see who all the lurkers are.
That's okay. We still love them.
Okay, I have decided that I need to do a What's New Pussycat parody and then only have that song on in the rotation for one night.
Oh my gosh.
And then, except for, wait, what's the other one?
It's not unusual.
It's not unusual.
One,
There you
it's
go.
not
You
unusual.
got it right at the end.
Level 4
Yeah.
complete. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Shenanigans, you're awesome. You subscribe. You tuned into the Shenanigans, and no one here was
Hey.
bribed. No
This is craziness and amazingness. Thank you guys so much. Oh goodness.
Oh,
And
wow.
$10 off the bat.
$10. That is 2 rerolls.
Indeed. Thank you, Kajari.
Thank you.
My gosh, guys. Thank you
We
so
can do-
much.
Really loving finding
Abundant
like
of those, I think.
Flora,
What
were
was that,
you
Ren?
carrying me?
Yes.
Oh, I just said I think we need to start making liberal use of our rolls.
Yeah. No, Flora has been carrying Dermot around the whole time because he doesn't like waking up alone.
Right. I was just wondering where I was currently going to come back at.
You'll be on the deck of the ship.
Somewhat
Funeral.
greasy.
You are fairly greasy.
I did prestidigitate.
Yeah, but
So, I
it's
was-
fur and grease. Doesn't all get off.
I mean, at least
It's got a
clean
nice
green.
sheen.
We have been
It's like mineral
betrayed by
oil at
Anne.
this point.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
the
For
rerolls
rerolls go to
people,
Logan.
so they don't go into our pool.
Rude. And you hurt me deeply.
That is 3 rerolls, and we might need those tonight.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, that's never a good sign.
Are you fighting us for our resurrection attempt?
Resurrection. Who's your cleric again?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't think I put a cleric on the ship.
Lantern.
Let me check my notes. Nope.
Maybe that's the benefit we get if we
Can we have a
we're
cleric
just
on the
about to
ship
cross
if we
over.
get a major
Yeah.
update?
It's
Oh, but that's
Robo-cleric, yeah.
for next week. Okay, you guys can have a cleric next week.
Robert Picardo is
Well,
just
Robert-
starring the rest of the show.
We have a paladin and a druid. So
Yeah, but
Your
I
powers
can't-
combined.
I can't
You
breathe.
are still screwed.
Do we know if the potato is a cleric? Because it's
Oh,
possible.
there
Maybe
you
the
go.
potato is a
Oh,
cleric.
Maybe
that's
the
true.
but the potato is too sad to cast spells right now.
Yeah,
Just
medic got you
lost love.
there. Okay, medic tried to help,
I-
but then took it away like a jerk.
Idaho, is that the potato? What did I name the potato, or did you name? Was it
I believe
Idaho?
Medic named the
Was it
potato.
named
was his
Idaho?
Potato.
I don't
It
think
was his potato.
I thought it was named something different. Okay.
I don't remember.
Gracious.
I'm checking.
I'm still upset that the fact that there is a sentient zucchini
Gosh,
that
we're
I
just
now
catching
have
up
to
with
try and
Kajari's
get
donation.
together
Oh my gosh.
with.
Oh
Oh
my
my gosh.
gosh,
Oh my
Kyle.
gosh. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So as soon as we see Kyle's, we will go ahead and call that as our stop, and we will listen to it, and then we will play the theme, and then we will be back in just a moment.
It's like the fourth time.
There it is.
Medic says Flora named it the potato.
I might have. I don't remember.
I didn't remember. I didn't know if it was named or
Missing
not.
Kyle, thank you.
I think I threw it out there as a name idea.
Thank you so much, Kyle.
All right. Thank you guys very, very much. So we still have a little bit of hype train. If anybody wants to help us get in there, we've got about a minute left of that. We are going to go ahead and get the intro going, though, so we can come back and get back to it. So thank you all very, very, very much, and we will be right back after our opening.
Sailing the stars in search of a harbor. Won't you join our crew? Fly like steady even when it gets heavy. Amidst the chaos, they'll see you through. Dietrich's disdain hides a gentler refrain to keep our spirits up. And where there's a fight, there's probably Piper. She's tiny, but she's tough. Curie will find what's hidden inside, discover secrets big and small. And there's Flora to smile through the horror and wonder of it all. Dermot the bear looks through his vacant stare, but they will fluff you up with their hamster Peanut to help when they're stuck.
We have all of the point options turned on.
Yep. So, you are standing on the deck of the ship. Flora, you feel on your back the greasy, furry sort of lump that you've been carrying around starts to move and wake up. So you gently let it down to the ground as you stare at the beam of light that has just shot into the sky and your captain, who has just fallen to the ground. Everyone is just shocked and sort of stunned, watching and looking towards the captain. No one's really paying much attention, except maybe some of you, as the city, this flying city way in the sky, starts to move away. What do you do?
Piper, should we try to heal her?
Do something. That wasn't Curie. What the fuck? Sorry.
Piper rushes forward.
Okay. You
Flora
run over to
follows.
the side and slide to your knees next to Captain Packard as she lay
And I
very
try to
lifeless
try
next
to
to you.
lay on hands, just trying.
Instinctually, you try to lay on hands, but lay on hands only works when you touch creatures, not objects. And dead bodies count as objects.
She's gone, Flora.
I don't have anything that can bring someone back.
Neither
you?
do I. No. Zorus
God.
I'm
takes
back.
the dead. I don't have the power to bring them back.
Is the Regent still on deck?
No.
No, okay.
She left before, as she was murdering the captain in a beam of light. Similar beam of light as the one you saw that collapsed the building that you are also, the ship is also posted next to. This large tower of Ubanashtu, which is now rubble. Some of which is still embedded in Mo's face. He doesn't seem to mind.
Oh, what's happening?
Oh no, Dermot.
I'm
Oh.
I'm wet. Ah.
That was the slide.
Oh, I like slides.
It was a bit of a thing, yeah. To catch you up. Well, you remember the ship that we, pummeled because they tried to pummel us?
Mm-hmm.
They got back to their boss, and that was their boss, and she was mad. So she killed the captain as balancing the scales, and now they're gone, and now
Here we are.
Not just the captain.
was
Wasn't there
always-
like 4 other crew member that?
No, remember
Four
she
other
said she was going to be
crewmen?
generous and
Oh, that's
only
right.
take the captain.
That's right.
She actually didn't say that in specific words. She just said she
She
was going to
called
restore
it being
balance.
generous. Is the captain the only one? Is everyone else all right?
Everyone else is on deck. Everyone seems fine. Everyone, other than being shocked. Flora, as you look around, give me an insight check.
Okay. $17.
I am going to DM you.
So I have concerns.
I also have concerns.
Curie is standing a little bit away from where Piper's with the captain's body. And a flicker of awareness of power structures flickers in the back of Curie's mind, and her eyes kind of trail towards Lilac in a bit of a, well, shit, sort of gravity.
Piper begins to pray in Celestial over the captain.
Okay.
Simply acting as a priest of Death God would.
Lovely statement there, but we need to start discussing what we're doing and where we're going, even if it's just somewhere to lay low for a moment.
We should leave.
That.
I
We
don't know if she'll come back.
why would she?
Fickle, changing her mind. She doesn't seem like someone who is tremendously consistent with how severe she can be.
I agree. I think that she's unlikely to come back, but I think that we probably should at least just get out of this immediate crumbly tower vicinity and process, I think, and talk about
And
that.
avoid anyone who might try to take advantage of, well, what has happened and swarm here. Who knows how valuable this place might be to other people in the area.
Do we have everyone accounted for that went to the tower? I like looking around.
So as you kind of look over to the remains of the tower, a noise that's been kind of tickling at the back of everyone's sort of peripheral. This very low sort of humming, buzzing sound seems to be getting a little bit louder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Familiar buzzing sound?
Oh yeah. You guys have definitely heard it before.
We
I
should
suggest
go.
we leave sooner.
Wait,
Let's
Piper.
just
So hold on a second, Piper. Don't engage in this conversation because you're actually going to be. I'm going to do a cutscene. You're going to be in a different conversation here in a second.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Let's
Okay, so as you're kind of turning and looking around, Flora's kind of focused on the people around. Lilac's been focusing on the towers and the rubble and what to do. And Curie, Dermot, and Dietrich have kind of turned towards that. Piper, you hear a voice in your head.
Okay.
I wouldn't bother. It's not. Don't bother. This is the voice of Lantern. Although he is not speaking, you're just hearing.
You wouldn't bother giving rights to the dead.
Do you say that out loud?
Say it back in my head.
Okay. So you get this idea that there's some sort of maybe short range communication and telepathy has been created here. Do you look at him when you do that, or do you try to continue to pray?
I try to continue to pray.
Okay, so you're kind of getting through your prayers a little slower than you would normally. I just don't think it's necessary. I mean, how do you really know what you would have wanted?
I don't know what she would have wanted.
I mean,
but I do know that respect is something that should be given.
Oh, I agree. Respect should be given. Absolutely. Respect should be given to the dead.
And that is what I am doing.
No, it's really not.
Praying for the fallen is not respecting the dead?
Praying for the fallen is absolutely, but you, what are you doing?
I am praying for her. Because I am praying to Zorus? Is that the problem?
Oh, no, I think Zorus is a fine god if you like that sort of thing.
He has never steered me wrong.
You sure?
Yes.
You might want to check again. Piper.
Yes.
Give me a perception check.
Alrighty. Perception check. I am not particularly good at this.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20 though, so I'll take it.
All right.
Nice.
Natural 20 plus 0 is 20.
So you with a 20 plus 0.
Yes, with the 20.
Since it is not a combat roll, you look down just in time to not be surprised as the captain's face, where the trunk is, has kind of split and started to turn into long tendrils. One of them wraps around you. Give me a dexterity save and roll initiative.
Fuck! That is
All right.
Shit.
8.
Yeah, not me. It's like a 10.
It was my dexterity save. 18 is my initiative. So yeah.
Like, what is it with you and initiative, my dude?
Oh, remember, just one of you has to. We're just determining who's going first. That's all we're doing.
Hermit has disadvantage on his initiative.
With this character, I have disadvantage too, as well.
He doesn't like hitting people.
So, what did you get on the dexterity save?
8.
You are now grappled and restrained.
Not a fucking again.
I believe, though, with grappled and restrained, you still can act. You're not incapacitated. That's
Right.
what you were before.
She's still irritated.
So what do we get? 18 was the highest? So is that you, Piper?
That's me.
So you start us off. What are you doing?
Great.
She's
Survive.
And I will go at the end again like we have been. We'll just go in a rotation.
she's really irritated.
So let me finish
now.
describing. As the face
Yes,
is kind
please.
of opening up, it almost looks like this outer flesh is some sort of fabric that's kind of falling away. It's very looks just and feels like skin when we were touching it, but it's kind of fallen away to some sort of aberration within. It seems that this thing is made up of only long, dark, black tentacles. That's all you can see so far, as they've reached out, and there seems to be more and more pouring out and reaching out his legs and arms and stretching out, almost 5 feet in every direction at this point. So it's about 15 feet across so far.
Couldn't have been a little bit more specific, Lantern? And she's gonna smash.
I
with
tried
her
to
cane.
warn you.
That wasn't. She's turning into something. May have been more helpful.
Hey,
And
hey,
Piper
Logan.
tries to smash.
Yes.
Hey, Logan. No, thank you.
Well, all right.
Just
So the
not
captain's
okay.
just dead then. Never mind.
I can handle a funeral. Monster
So
face.
Piper smash.
Piper Smash. Give me a 2-hit roll. Piper Smash.
Cast. She's gonna cast smite before she smash. Oh, I cast Wrathful Smite and then I smash. Sorry.
Pepper smite smash.
Pepper Smite smash. Does a did you math? Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit. Yes.
Excellent. Is this a undead or fiend of some
Nope.
sort?
I already gave it to you. It's
Thank you.
aberration.
Thank you. I couldn't remember because my brain went and so I just wanted to make sure.
No, your brain hasn't gone yet.
Oh, I don't like that. So
Don't
that
smirk, Ren.
is
I saw that look.
can't add in my head today. 18 points of damage.
What type of damage?
Radiant.
All radiant.
Uh,
That seems
10
that seems high. Okay.
10 bashing,
Okay, that matters
8 radiant.
because it doesn't take any bashing. Is it
so
a
it takes-
magical weapon?
That is a good question. No.
Okay.
Pancake Maker is not a magical weapon.
So it does not seem to take any of the bashing, but the radiant splashes against it and leaves these kind of white streaks, like lightning shoots off around it, and it leaves these like very dark gray sort of crackly lines through it, sort of like lightning sand.
Oh,
Who's going?
okay.
Oh, do you have any more?
I'll do that more next time. No, that's all
Then
she's gonna
who
do.
would you like to go next?
Dermot can go next.
Dermot.
Oh. I'm gonna seeing what just happened, I'm gonna run hobble, move over to Piper. And
Piper,
Hmm?
is it? Can I hug you?
Sure. This doesn't seem like a great time, but yeah, that's fine.
I need. Okay, it's a magical thing.
Go for it. I'm
Mhm.
being hugged plenty right now.
Okay, it's the magical song of the button willow. Piper, Piper, Bo Piper, banana berry Bo Piper. Be by Bo Piper Piper.
So you've gained inspiration, and while hugging you and booping you on the nose, I have cast Enhance Ability and given you Cat's Grace for advantage on Dexterity.
Nice.
Thank you.
Just arrhythmic. Oh my god, it's so good.
It was amazing.
That's
She
Thank
looks
you.
so confused. Thank you, Dermot.
I'll take a step back if I have any movement left, so I'm not right there.
Yeah. All right. And who would you like to have go next?
I will have Dietrich.
All right. No idea what to do to this thing.
You did see that the damage did very little damage, other than the radiant damage that came from it.
So this is me trying to get a clarify. We definitely see that this is happening. It's not just that like Piper is imagining things.
Oh, this is happening. This is absolutely
Okay.
happening. Yes, these tentacles are stretching out from the husk of your former captain.
Awesome.
Kind of like a parasite worm leaving the host.
Thanks for that
You're
visual.
welcome. Don't Google that.
So,
What's
yeah,
that, Matt?
horsehair worm, specifically.
Really don't Google that.
So, yeah, Dietrich is just going to, short but sweet, hum a little tune. Fuck this shit, I'm out. And cast earworm. So I need a wisdom save.
All right, a
Speaking
wisdom
of
save.
worm.
That whole line works so well. Because I don't know what
22.
the fuck just happened.
All right. Cool. So I still roll damage, but it just takes half as much damage,
All right.
and it's not death. So I'm gonna go ahead and did I say what I cast? I cast earworm. Yeah. I did. Oh, good. That's so 4 damage after the reduction.
Okay.
That's psychic damage.
All right, 4 damage. What type?
Cool. Psychic.
Got it. That definitely works.
Then we'll kind of give Lilac a look and just, first mate, you're up. Do something great. You know, it's in these opening moments that really define, the first 100 seconds of a person's captaincy that really make or break a captaincy. So, you feel inspired. You should, because
You've been told.
You've
that
been
you're
told you're inspired. You're inspired.
And the only reason you were able to go on so long is because everybody, including the creatures, stopped and went, "What?"
Do something great.
I will take this die, but reluctantly.
All right, Lilac, give us some greatness. Some captain-esque level greatness.
I really, really wish I could, but I don't have any freaking spell slots. That's a mood. That's a mood right there. Sure, cool. Lilac is going to, because this is just wrong and horrible, even though I, as Ren, know that this is not going to do anything, but it's what I've got. Lilac is gonna panic smash at this thing with the hammer.
All right.
So.
I'm like, ah!
Not my face, not my face, not my face!
And it really doesn't do anything because I got a nat 1.
Oh no.
Again with not my face,
Alright.
not my face, not my face!
I know we've got rerolls, but that just seems narratively appropriate. So
Perfect.
gotta let it happen. And slide us over to
I think Flora or Curie are your choices.
I know I was looking at the look on Heather's face and I wasn't sure, but yeah, Flora.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Flora was also next to the captain. All right. She casts Flame Blade, and this fiery blue flame sword appears in her hand, and she takes a swing. That's a bonus action. And she takes a swing at the tentacle that's holding on to Piper.
Which one?
One of them.
All right.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It takes 3d6 of fire damage, so it takes 13 points of fire damage.
Okay. All of it's fire?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Yeah, the
magic flame blade.
As your flame it's a magic, not a okay, got it. As the magic blade kind of swipes through these tentacles, they do kind of tense and writhe, so obviously it is affecting them, although you don't see any kind of visible effect other than a little smoke that seems to be coming off of them.
All right, Carrie.
All right. Curie at first doesn't quite know what to do, so she spends a fraction of a second just kind of watching this thing, whatever it is, trying to get some sense of a handle on what it is and what it might be trying to do. So I'm going to be doing my insightful fighting ability to start. That is a deceit roll from the creature.
A deceit roll from the creature. What is it?
Versus my insight. See
right.
if I can
What is deceit? There's no deceit stat.
Deceit skill is charisma, so it's a deceit.
Is there a deceit skill?
Deception.
Deception. Oh, okay. Sorry. Skill. It's like deceit.
Sorry,
I didn't see. I don't have. See, I don't have all of them listed on my. Yeah, I don't have them all of them listed on my sheet, so it's hard to make those associations. So just straight wisdom. So that is a 21.
Charisma.
Charisma
wisdom,
is a 18.
23 is what I rolled. So because I remembered to fucking do it first, I'm very happy about that. And I am going to. She's going to. When she gets sort of like a sense of it, while she's looking, she's twisting off the handle of her gentleman's defense cane and is going to fire at it with the blow dart gun that her cane is.
That her cane is?
Yes. It's a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Great. So we are going to do a couple things. We have that's 5 piercing. Just flat.
Is it magical?
From the blow dart. It is not a magical.
So it doesn't. That part does nothing.
Okay. That is 9 sneak attack damage.
Okay.
And I had a poison on the blow dart gun.
Okay. What type of poison?
Yuan Ti venom.
Okay. What does that do?
I need a Constitution save.
Okay. And is it? Well, you got the sneak attack. The sneak attack damage does go through because you're not going to be denied. So it's Constitution, you said?
Yes, a Constitution save.
A 21 again.
Oof. I don't know how to determine my DC. Shit.
It says on the poison.
It just. Oh, sorry. You're right. You're right. Yeah, that beats it. You will take half of 2d6.
Okay.
So that's 4. So 2 poison damage from the.
Every little bit helps. So the dart actually does kind of stick in because you're able to find a soft, fleshy bit. But you think that's the only reason why your dart was able to find purchase, because you knew the best place to strike it. Even though this thing completely looks like the same type of creature all the way around, you just kind of got this idea that was trying to protect this area.
The tentacle was moving.
It's kind of the joints of where the tentacles are and the way it was trying to protect itself and hold itself. You kind of figured that's the spot right there. So you got it. You were able to penetrate, and then it kind of just rides back and pushes the dart out as quickly as possible as soon as it's hit. And one of the tentacles starts to twitch a little bit, has this weird twitch as it's moving its arm around.
And I'm going to start switching to my crossbow.
Okay.
Which is not poisoned.
All right, so you start switching your crossbow as it's my turn. The creature fully finishes coming up out of the cocoon that it was in. It's about 20 feet wide, almost the entire breadth of the ship. And it's almost completely encompassing Piper at this point, and actually starts to reach out and attempt to encompass Flora, who is also right there.
I am only 2 feet tall.
I understand.
Are you sure it's not already?
Well, pretty much. Flora, you didn't move back, right? You were still right there?
Yeah, because I hit it with a sword.
Got it. Wait, so do you have to hold that sword?
Huh?
It's not a floating sword. You have to hold it.
No, I'm holding it.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so that is a 19 to hit you. I'm rolling really well tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hits me. Let me just double check. Yes, that does hit me.
Okay. So you are grappled and restrained as well. You don't take any damage.
You don't get a save for that at all?
No, not with this one, because that's all it does. That's
Yeah,
literally
it's-
its only thing. And then, actually, and in most cases, when like a roper hits you and damages you, it automatically grapples you on top of that. It doesn't. You don't get saves or anything. Tessa got it because she kind of got forewarning. That was why. So the Piper, as you are kind of looking into the darkness of this creature, as it starts to kind of envelope you and cut out the light, you start to feel closed off. You start to all the sounds start to fade away from around you, and you can start to hear like this weird rushing sound. And then you can, for a moment, you feel like you can start to hear your own heartbeat, and you're very aware of your own breath. I need a wisdom save.
Yeah, I have advantage. Is this magic effect?
No. It's
And
a
I don't have
creature's
advantage.
ability.
Okay. Would like to use a reroll, please, because that's a natural 1. Okay, using a reroll.
Noted.
This die is fired.
It rolled a nat 20 in the first roll of the game.
No, I picked up a different die.
Oh, okay. So what'd you get?
And that's a 2.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'm not going to use up any more rerolls.
Okay.
Okay.
Tessa.
Yes.
What is your current wisdom?
11.
A magic number.
It's an ominous question.
It is now a 3. What happened?
I was going with the song we were singing was 3 is a magic number.
So
and you
it is
said
now
it was a 3.
it is now a 3.
Great. That's awesome. Yay.
Humor softens the blow.
You are now confused, so you'll need to roll before each turn to determine how you act.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay.
And that is it.
Oh boy.
It's my turn, right?
Who ended? Curie ended, so Curie gets to decide who starts the next round. So you can choose whoever you want.
I'm
Or you can choose
going
yourself.
to go with no, I'm good. I'm
People can
going
volunteer
to
too
go
if somebody
with
really wants to go first.
yes, if somebody really wants to go, let me know. Otherwise, I eeny meeny miny choose Lilac. Giving them a redemption opportunity. If they so desire it.
I will do my best. Having totally whiffed before, Lilac will just reach back and attack again with the hammer. I'm re-rolling. God damn it. Sorry.
Another?
Well, I rolled a 7 and then I rolled a 6.
Oh,
Use
no.
it.
Oh no, we only have 14 rerolls left. You can use another one.
Alright, fine. I need to get rid of this die. It's a 3.
Nice.
Oh, no, it's getting worse.
Cool. Yeah, Lilac is just in in these first moments of all this happening, just whiff.
So what that means is you have determination now, though, because you've completely done nothing for 2 turns in a row, basically, in combat. So you gain determination, which means that you automatically have advantage on all of your attack rolls next round. However, and I'm going to be very clear here, I love that you're using rerolls, knowing out of character that that damage will not do anything because it's not a magical weapon.
Lilac has to try.
I love. That is dedication.
Sure. Amazing.
That is dedication
It's
to not
amazing.
metagaming.
All right. Yep. So Lilac just keeps swinging and missing, and don't ever make them play baseball. And
Strike 1, 2, 3.
let's
No,
go
it's
with
1, 2,
Dietrich, because Dietrich tossed it at me last
She's
time.
the one swinging, so they're the one swinging.
Oh, fair.
It's like those cartoons where the ball is just moving so slow and they swing 3 times at the same ball. It's 3 strikes. Dietrich.
So, we had spent time, learning ship systems, right? Like just over the course of this journey, because we had several 2-month journeys between spheres, correct?
Yeah, you've had a few months.
Perfect. So, Dietrich is going to look at the creature, look at the weapons that are being used to the creature, and then look at one of the deck guns on the ship.
Sure.
And it's going to run over and climb into
they're like small cannons,
man a deck.
basically. All right.
Cool. And
all right. So as you do that, knowing it is a 2-man operation, which NPC do you recruit to help you in your time of need?
Oh god, the first name, no.
Who's your first name? You're in combat. It's heated.
Farnsworth was my first name that came.
Oh, you're gonna take a random ensign? Okay. So you can have any of the NPCs that exist on the ship.
Dietrich just reaches over and latches onto a red shirt.
All right, you grab Ensign Farnsworth. He's about 80 years old. This was supposed to be his last mission.
Everyone.
One day away from retirement, and now he's 2 months past retirement.
Farnsworth, you help me out. You know how these things work, right?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Perfect. Right. Take what? And Dietrich
so the two of you start to turn the gun around and to take aim. That's going to be the entire turn this turn. However, the creature is not going to be moving at all. But you are working towards getting it geared up.
I have a bonus action.
Bonus actions won't do you, but you can do something else with your bonus action.
Right. Then Dietrich will look at. Why not? We'll look at Dermot, and it's like, Dermot, buddy, we really need you right now. Really need you to come through and just be your berry self. Thank you. Consider yourself inspired.
Well, thank you. I barely caught that pun in there. Flora. Yeah, thanks for carrying me around. I know I'm a burden, but I would like to inspire you. So, druidic spells are beyond my understanding. The list of things she knows is always expanding. Intelligent and beautiful, everything you could ask for. The name Liliflora Silverglade will certainly become lore.
I love it.
And then
Oh God.
I have 1 attack.
And then I punch it.
And
I
so I
smash
stare
it with
down
a
this
hammer.
turn with a smile, and I continue the smile with my dead eyes and look at the creature. And I cast Dissonant Whispers.
What a big hug.
So it needs a Wisdom 14 to save, and I in its head it hears,
Remember the long-forgotten chords of screams long past, those yelled at a time of need, fallen on deaf ears, not a soul around to hear. Perhaps they were only waiting for you to listen to them now.
And I'm still smiling at his face, is whatever his face looks like.
Sure. The tentacles that form a face. I did not make it. Did not beat a 14.
But how
Yeah,
about the
but
creature?
how about the aberration?
The creature did not make it either.
So if the
I'm gonna
creature
separate the two
failed,
of you.
It's like we have one brain between us.
it took 14 psychic damage, and
All right.
it must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away from me as it's allowed. I can't move into anything dangerous. That may mess up Dietrich's thing. I'm realizing that now, but
Oh, that's amazing.
or he runs off the ship. I don't know.
What if he can't move?
Doesn't say. It doesn't move if it can't. If it
Available movement, I think, is the
Yeah.
operative phrase.
Yeah.
just doesn't go anywhere, that's fine.
Give me what type of dice do you roll for that damage?
It was D6, three of them.
Give me one more d6. I'm gonna take that as a
2.
okay. I'm gonna take that as his
So total of 16.
fear from not being able to move. Oops. Nope.
Mike, we had to pass the peanut.
I'll pass on the peanut. Send it over there.
Yeet it.
Yeet nut? Did you say a yeet nut?
Yes, I did.
Yeet nut the peat nut. Peat nut. That didn't.
It
never
doesn't
mind.
really like my stares very much. I don't
Yeah,
blame
every
it.
time. Every time you're creepy, peanut leaves.
Flora, I've inspired you, so you should go next.
All right. I'm getting grappled by the tentacle thing too.
Head
All
restrained.
right, so you said the fire seemed to damage it, but not as much as the radiant damage Piper did.
Both did.
Okay, so just magic damaged it more though than anything physical. Okay.
Correct. Well,
Um,
nothing physical has been magical.
Okay. I'm going to can't use my face step, so I'm gonna summon my wildfire spirit, which takes an action, unfortunately, but it can then attack. So it's going to fire at the creature.
All right.
I'm just double checking. It has an ability I want to use, but I need to look at the information.
We had another
I'm trying to figure out if it's an action or not. It doesn't say.
Where,
Yeah, I
where you
don't
going,
know.
buddy? Where you going?
All right. So the wildfire spirit has an ability, but it doesn't say if it's an action or not. It goes on my turn. Can I get to Piper at all? Is she visible at all, or is she completely inside the tentacles?
At this point, 2 feet tall, 20-foot monster. No, you can't see Piper.
Okay.
I don't exist.
All right, then I'll just have the wildfire spirit attack with its action.
Okay.
Okay.
Peanut is burrowing.
Peanut found a stray string in my fur stole and was pulling it out. So
That's a 19 to hit.
yes.
Nineteen
It's
hits.
gonna take. Oh, that's not great. 6 fire damage,
Okay.
and that's it for now. Great.
So who's going to
Okay.
go next, Flora?
Okay, Dermot went, Dietrich went, Lilac went, Curie.
Curie has pulled her +1 magic crossbow out and is going to be taking a shot at the creature. I'm going to re-roll.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for the hype trains the last couple episodes. We needed these rerolls tonight.
Seriously.
Worse. 12.
12. That misses. I'm sorry.
Yeah, would a 13 have hit?
No.
Because that was the other one. Okay, good. I don't feel as bad anymore.
15 is your magic number.
Okay. And all right, so she, there's tentacles everywhere. She doesn't make purchase with the arrow.
I mean, it probably does hit something, but it just bounces off.
And then I'm going to
Roll a percentile is what you're gonna do.
Oh no.
24.
All right, go ahead and finish what you're gonna do.
Thinking about what I was gonna do. I was gonna see if there was any justification for this. It could be a bit of a fishing thing. But I do have the ability to spend a bonus action making an investigation check. And I don't know if that allows me to make any... Curie just wants to figure out what the fuck this thing... I don't know. Never mind. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
I'm literally just fishing. Okay, and I'm going to use my bonus action to... Let's call it... hide.
Well, let's see what happens before you do that.
Sure. If Peanut prevents me from hiding because he, I don't know, throws up a disco dance floor or something.
So Peanut sneezes a few times in the middle of all of this.
Opposite of stealth. Opposite of stealth.
and coughs up a small hand mirror into your hand. Like one of those with the handles and it's got this beautiful little shape to it. It's kind of
nice.
wood.
She stuffs it in her pocket.
Okay.
Is it just the mirror, or does he is it gross and okay, it's just a like a dry cough out of a mirror. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, there might be a
Just wanted to know if
little
you actually-
hamster spittle on it, but not, it's not like coated or anything.
It's
not
acceptable.
actually coming from within your peanut.
Okay. She puts the mirror in her pocket and tries to hide, I think. Try to get an angle where she can see the thing but be out of its view, not that it's attacking her. It's instinct.
Did you look in the mirror before you put it away?
She looked at both sides, so yeah,
You looked at your own reflection in that mirror.
I did.
Okay. Just checking.
Okay.
So you looked in the reflection, you put it away.
Great. Yep. Nothing suspect there. Nope.
I have concerns.
All right, who's next, Kiri? Is anyone not going?
I think I might have been Piper. Piper, please do something to save yourself.
I'm confused, so I have to roll a die first, right?
You do. You have to roll a d20, please.
Dear Piper, get
it's a
less
D20, hold
confused, please.
Yes, a d10. Sorry, d10. So you just have the d20 if you did a d20 already.
3.
So you do not move or take actions this turn.
Okay.
All right. So that
then
is
it's the creature's
Piper's
turn.
All right. So the creature continues to keep Piper enveloped, and since Flora did not break free, Flora, you are now being enveloped.
Am I taking any damage from being enveloped?
No. Well, yeah,
Okay.
you took wisdom damage.
Oh yeah. Oh God, do I continue? Do I get to save or anything about the confusion at the end of my turn, or no?
No, because you're still in
Okay.
it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So, Flora,
Awesome.
I need from you, as this darkness starts to surround you, and you also, all of the sounds from around you start to disappear, and you start to hear this sort of rushing in your ears, and you start to hear your own heartbeat. You become aware of your breath and every little movement of every little piece of fabric on you, and the tussling of your hair and your amulet sliding against your skin. I need a wisdom save.
And I need a peanut pass.
17.
I think we're out of peanut passes, aren't we?
Oh, are
No,
we out?
you're talking about past the peanuts. I don't think we have
peanuts.
past the peanuts.
Past the peanut. There we go.
Thank you.
17.
17. That makes it. So as your head kind of clears, you look around and you see that through the darkness you see little slivers of light as these tentacles are still kind of around you, but you aren't being overcome by this feeling. So you have no problems. Piper, please give me a charisma save.
Slightly better.
You do have an inspiration die. It's close.
Yeah, a natural one won't help.
Just use a reroll.
Yeah, start with a reroll.
I'm gonna use another reroll.
Okay.
I'm gonna use one more reroll. Because that was a 5. So let's try again. That was a 2. So, yeah. Okay.
Did you switch dice?
I did switch dice, yes. So, 3.
I'm going to DM you.
Okay.
On this next round, as other people around you are acting as well, each of you may use, if you have it available, your bonus action to activate an NPC, and I will do something with that NPC to aid you in some way. Now, they, of course, as any battle, are continuing to do things around you, but I just can't take every turn with them, otherwise we'd be here forever just listening to me do NPCs. You cannot activate the same NPC more than once in the round, obviously, same as normal rules. But you can let me know which NPC you want to activate, and I will tell you what they do, and that can be used. Anybody can use their bonus action to do that this next round. I got a DM Piper, and Piper, you went last, so you get to choose who goes first on this next round.
Let's see here.
Including yourself.
I'm gonna wait until I want to know what you're gonna DM me first, so I'm gonna not be me. Dietrich.
Dietrich is going to attempt to fire the cannon at the enveloping mass of black tentacles.
About half a second, I'm going to walk to my dice bowl and pick out 3 new sets of dice to try and get over this.
All right, Dietrich, what are you doing?
Firing the cannon.
Firing the cannon. Curie, Angela, we used a reroll while you were gone. They did, not me. So you fire the cannon. Please give me a firearms check. Wrong system. Let's see. We need a ranged attack roll.
So
With
that was a
advantage.
15. Okay. 15 on the die, plus, what would range attack? Plus 4? Yeah, so 19. That's my range
19?
attack, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Please roll for me. Would you have gone to one of the brass ones or to one of the iron ones?
Have we been taught what the difference is?
Sure, but he's going. I'm just wondering, based on that judgment alone. Iron.
Iron.
Roll 10d6.
Oh, yuck.
What happens if I have 5d6 in my deck tray? $22 for the first 5. Uh, 37 total. Is Peanut gobbling?
Okay. How much?
37 total.
37.
Yeah, you got quieter.
37.
Yeah, it's his butt.
And it was happening before his butt was there.
It's that peanut butt.
All right. So as the from this blunderbuss style cannon, fire and iron and the arcane runes along the sign sort of light up and tear through this creature. Not only does the iron come out, but also just flames gout out for about 15 feet in front of it, straight through the creature, burning against it, and tearing through it, ripping, almost like fabric would rip at the flesh of this creature. However, Piper, please take 17 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
And for my bonus action, I will activate. No. We'll activate no.
All right, so
As the
you
MP.
hold on. So you activate Mo. So Mo, shoot, wasn't expecting him to be the first. So Mo is going to. Okay. So Mo just goes, and he just kind of starts panicking, and he pulls one of his arms off, turns it around, shoves the arm about halfway inside the hole from his arm, and it starts to root around inside. It pulls out this long string of pearls, which he then uses like kind of the dog ball tossers. As he kind of runs back to the far end of the ship, he then uses his arm to chuck the entire string necklace of small little pearls at this creature. And as they hit, 3 of these little tiny pearls explode, each into its own fireball, erupting 40 feet around 20 feet radius around the creature, which is going to hit quite a few of you guys. Flora, please make me a dexterity save. Who else is within 15? Lilac is there. Dermot's there. I need 2 dexterity saves from each of you. Piper, you're not there.
Oh, well, I figured I was inside the creature, so
Yeah,
would find...
you'd think that, but no.
Okay, cool.
Logan, it's not at, it's addle.
Addle. I rolled a
17.
3 and a 7. Woo! Not being able to move does not help. 17 will beat it. That's the first one. Next one.
21.
It's
and a
two
6.
dexterity saves from each of you. There are 2 fireballs.
Oh,
will be on.
two. Sorry. And a 16.
Okay.
Oh, thank God I have a +3 dex.
Okay.
I was hiding.
And Lilac, you're fine. If you don't think you were right next to it, then I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Thank you, Dietrich, for the inspiration. I had a 17 and a 19.
All
Did
right.
you use the inspiration?
Yeah, I used it.
What was the roll that you got on the die?
A 2.
Gain that as temporary hit points.
Hey.
And Lilac.
Yes.
21 and a 6.
So everyone made all of them except Lilac missed the second one.
See what you did there. You pulled in all the NPCs as a false hope so that they would do more damage to us.
So the first one is Mo is just this kind of person. He doesn't think things through very well. So that's going to be 18 points of fire damage to everyone who made it on the first one, which is all of you. 18.
Okay, so that's
Yeah, Dermot, I think you drop.
I don't like fire. And then I drop.
Yeah. But because it's all happening simultaneously, you will not take any extra death fails from the rest of it. And the second one,
Stupid grease and oil.
that one's smaller. 15. Nope. Yeah, 15 from the second one, right? 31 halved, 15? 15. So 15 from the second one, except for Lilac, which takes 31 from the second one. I also probably believe Lilac drops.
I'm down.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I'm at 1 hit point. Flora looks real bad.
And your other healer is stuck inside a. Well, no, Dietrich can heal.
Is
All
this like
right.
one of those chain of command situations? The captain dies, and then the first mate dies, clearly, and
Curie inherits the ship, I understand. She yells at the monster, "Get off my ship!"
Who was that just went? Dietrich. Who are you choosing to go next?
Oh,
Not unconscious.
yes.
You can choose the
Me,
unconscious people because they can activate their they can still activate their NPCs.
I'm going to go ahead and go with one of the unconscious folk. We're going to go with Jeremy because he really don't like fire.
I don't. And
He's susceptible
chat,
to
just so you know, I'm vulnerable to fire. That's why I took double that anyway. So I'm going to, as I'm falling, saying that I don't like fire, I hit the ground, and the last thing I look at is I look straight into Lantern's eyes.
All right.
As my bonus action,
All right.
I activate Lantern.
Because you are going and it is your turn, I will need a death save from you. As Lantern turns, and he's been doing something this entire time. Everybody has. Nobody's been just standing there. He may have been, using a wand or casting spells or whatever. But he kind of looks at the situation briefly, and his eyes just sort of kind of close a little bit. Deep sigh. Kind of rubs the bridge of his mask, and of which there is none because it's just flat. And he looks over. Eeny, meeny, miny, fuck it. And he runs over and he pulls a potion from his pocket, pushes something into it, and then pours it into Lilac's mouth. Lilac. You. Oh, it's maxed. Shoot.
It was a chaser.
What's the second largest healing potion? Is it 8D? 8D? No, 6. It's 2, 4, 8, 10. I can never remember. 4. 4 is the second one, right?
I think so.
So 4D8.
2d4, 44,
44. So 16.
It's all 4s.
16 plus 4. So 20 points of heal. You heal 20 points, Lilac. And you get this weird sort of powdery taste of something, almost like somebody put like too much Kool-Aid mix into the drink. That type of, like.
I feel offended. I'm just gonna say that, Logan.
For what?
That's
what?
the metaphor you go with.
What is? I don't know. It's kind of chalky in your mouth.
Pigment would be a little bit on the chalky side in your mouth, I could imagine. Yeah.
And as you kind of wake up, you see Lantern standing over you, well, kneeling over you. And what is your kind of first reaction there?
Lilac balls up their fists and just like, oh.
I didn't like it any more than you did. Can you do anything about that? And he points to Dermot.
What do I see right now about what is happening with Dermot?
So you
Dermot
see,
actively on fire?
Kind of bits of his fur are, especially the greasy parts, are a little bit on fire right now. But he is down, unconscious on the ground.
Cool. Super can't. No, oh no. Does that mean it's my turn? Sorry, clarify.
Not necessarily. Dermot, who's going next? You can choose Lilac. They would be glad to go next.
They didn't seem like they knew.
How can you tell? I worry Lilac never knows what they're doing. It is always apprehensive. I can't tell if that's Ren or Lilac anymore. I can't do it. See, look at that. That's
the true acting.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lilac. Continue the.
Lilac will look at Dermot
level 4
and realize they can't do anything about that, and glance back because they don't know how much time they lost here. So they glance back at the mess and sort of scramble up. And what they intend to do, since they have just been completely ineffective at everything so far, they want to try to rescue Piper. So they are just going to try to, if this is even allowed, just like brute strength, dive in and try to find Piper, pull Piper out, just beast mode this.
Like the finale of Disney's Hercules.
So Lilac, you sort of turn and start to claw your way through the tentacles, which open for you completely. As you kind of dive in, looking for Piper, the darkness starts to consume you in the same ways I had mentioned before. Give me a wisdom save to start.
Cool, nice, awesome, cool. Reroll. All right, that's wisdom. It's a 15.
Did you have inspiration or anything? I'm just curious.
I do.
Is it?
Oh no! I only rolled a 1. It's a 16.
A 16 does make it, just barely. As you are voluntarily pushing your way through. It's a little different, but you start to sort of stare into this darkness, and you realize for a moment it's starting to kind of consume you a little bit. And then you start to search. And in the briefest of moments, this search takes on a journey. You start to float through the darkness, and you realize it's maybe briefly, it's no longer about physically forcing your way through, but commanding Piper back to you. You have to convince the abyss to give her back. Make a charisma
Yeah,
check.
Lilac's way of convincing the abyss to give Piper back is punching their way through the abyss. So hopefully, they
While
are convinced.
while Lilac is making the motions of punching and beating, and maybe the vision that they have is of defeating some sort of large monster in floating through the abyss. The roll that I need is a charisma.
That's fine. That's fine.
Charismatic is your punching.
I got a 16 on that, so
So as by Lilac's vision is of them destroying this monster, beating it, and finding at the heart of this black tentacled creature, Piper. You see Piper floating in front of you, and you reach out and you grab onto Piper and you start to pull Piper back. And as you start to pull Piper back, you feel sort of the shards of light around you as you realize you're still standing on the deck of the ship and you have a hold of Piper. You start to pull, and as you do, a hand reaches and grabs your hand as you're holding Piper's. And Piper seems almost unconscious at this point. As you look at the hand, you see it's very small, but you are also very small. It is kind of shadowy, almost translucent, as you look over and you see Piper, but a shadowy version of herself, standing there, stopping you from bringing Piper back. And you get to do more next turn.
Hang up Piper.
Oh God.
Do you have a bonus action?
I have
Did you not?
do have a no. I'm thinking of the wrong. Yes,
So you-
no, yes. I have action surge. Can
Okay.
I just like action surge the heck out of my feelings and then just like elbow check fake Piper?
So now
Start
you are
deep
you are
in.
back in the physical world. So you activate action surge, which gives you another attack action.
Another action, just
Yeah.
as an additional action.
So go ahead and you've activated action surge, which is a bonus action. Yes or no? I don't think it is.
It just says special. You could take
Right.
one additional
Yeah.
action on your turn.
So
once,
yeah, so
one
you
time
the
per
point is
turn.
so you're still gonna have a bonus action, so you can activate an NPC if you want. So
okay.
So you absolutely you action surge, determined not to give up on Piper in this moment. Go ahead and make your attack on Nega Piper.
Oh. Ha! Okay, I rolled a 19. I have a +5 to unarmed strip, so that's 24. 24 to elbow check fake Piper.
Roll damage.
It's not going to be much. But
That would hit normal Piper.
oh no. It is 4 damage for an unarmed strike.
All right. So you reach out and you elbow check this shadowy Piper, and they let go of your arm, which will be changed a little bit of what's going to happen next round. Anything else you want to do?
I think, honestly, no, because I don't just trust like any of these. Nope, no. I'm done.
Okay, you don't want to activate an NPC?
Oh, you know what? How about the narwhal?
Okay, so Jeremy the animable astral narwhal, who has been kind of floating off to one side, not really paying attention. He's just sitting in his hammock. Looks up and realizes what is going on. He jumps up, and he goes, "Oh no, that's a black star. Those are horrible." And he kind of thrusts aside his horn cozy and he puts his horn forward, and it starts to radiate this brilliant white energy, which then pierces through this tentacled creature as it rises and leaves streaks of these tentacle or these light gray lightning marks all throughout it. It's still up, but it has been very, very hurt as Jeremy has done his thing. Lilac, who would you like to choose to go next?
Piper.
Piper. So Piper, you start to come out of the thing we just talked about.
Okay.
And while your wisdom is not any better, you're not going to make real great choices. You do see that there's a friend of yours right there. You, however, cannot see the shadowy version of yourself. You feel more like you are hanging at the edge of a cliff, but you are floating and just lightly being pulled back. But you do see the kind of edge of this hole that you're in. And you can see the tentacled creature up beyond Lilac as Lilac is holding onto your arm, but fighting against something off to the side that you can't see.
Do I have to roll confusion?
Oh yes, I do. You're confused. No. Sorry, you're past that. You've already.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
You're past that and back.
Okay. Piper is really, really tired of things swallowing her at this point. Now that this is the second time that she has been kind of
I did use the
taken.
word devour. Yeah.
You did. And so she just kind of this kind of sickly, almost bone white magic begins to gather at her fingertips, and she lets off a guiding bolt into the tentacles around her because she's angry. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
She's anger and she's rage.
And that is 22 points of radiant damage as the guiding bolt goes off and ricochets around.
So as you see Lilac kind of holding onto your wrist, you kind of clasp onto Lilac's wrist to secure in a very sort of bonding moment, and you use your other hand to start casting the spell as Lilac is continuing to fight against this unseen assailant, and you start to shoot the guiding bolt past Lilac, who in this moment of harmony, the two of you seem to know each other's movements almost perfectly. The guiding, Lilac goes in for the elbow and the thrust, and then the light just streaks past, and Lilac goes back in for another hit. 22 points of damage. The tentacles start to writhe, and the hole opens a little bit more, which will benefit Lilac next turn.
And also the next melee attack is at advantage with it as well.
Oh, excellent.
Because of that. Oh, Dermot, really quick question. Are you a bard where I can add inspiration die to damage? Or no? If so, I'm going to.
No, ability check, attack roll, and saving throw. That's it.
Perfect. Okay, no worries. Not a problem. I just wanted to see.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then
You have a bonus
as
action?
a bonus action, she is going to use her channel divinity.
Okay.
And is going to do she's going to go ahead and do Peerless Athlete to gain advantage on all strength and dex checks for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
So.
You already have advantage on dex checks?
Okay, well then I will change it to Legendary Strike. So
Okay.
that's what I'll end up doing.
All right.
Which means I crit on a 19
I believe.
and
Oh
a
no,
20.
Dermot, was that concentration? You're
I'm checking. I'm with you. I'm checking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a concentration.
So never mind, you don't have dexterity.
Okay, so then I'm gonna do Peerless
okay,
Athlete.
all right,
So I'll
so
have
Peerless Athlete.
advantage on Strength and Dex for the next 10 minutes.
All right. Who still needs to go? Curie and Flora. Piper?
Curie. Can I move?
Nope.
Okay.
You are hanging at the edge of the abyss.
Okay.
You can swim.
So what is Dermot's current status that I can see?
Char.
Is he on fire or
A
is
little
he just
bit.
charred? Okay.
Not only in a
Curie-
comedic sort of, smoldering kind of way. Not in a, I'm going to continue taking more damage next turn kind of way.
Okay.
Game
Curie
turns,
knows
like,
she-
he's not stable, but he's not taking any more damage right now.
Gotcha.
On top of old Smoky.
Curie knows that she is a very
Any
little
Teddy
helper.
Ruxpin's in his sleep, evidently.
Oh God. Oh well, Curie's not helping anymore. Too
Fuck this
too
shit I'm
traumatic
about.
of reference. Yeah. So Curie knows that she's not of any real use. She probably would do more harm than good when it comes to the reverse of hurting people. So she is she's sort of gonna trot out of her hiding spot with her crossbow and take another shot at the monster.
Okay.
Because that's all she can do right now.
All right.
The crossbow, a 23.
Did you roll it with advantage?
23.
Hits.
Okay. That's 10 piercing damage. Which it's a magic.
Okay.
4 sneak attack.
All right.
So it's 14 total. And then I am going to use my movement to get over to where Flora is. If possible.
Okay.
To
Yeah,
check on her.
you can kind of see Flora in this mess.
Okay.
You can get to a point
If
where you
needed, I can use a bonus action to dash if I'm
can.
far
Alright,
away.
It has nothing to do with distance. It just has to do with there's a gigantic mass of
It's just a mess.
tentacles. But Flora's not tiny, so
Okay.
I also didn't get completely sucked in.
true.
Yeah. I use my movement to get over to her, but I don't think I can do anything with anything that I have. So
Okay.
she's just like prepping to attempt to deal with what's going on here.
Okay.
She maybe reaches in for a dagger in her
Alright.
pocket.
I mean, you haven't interacted with anything, so you could pull a dagger.
Sure. She pulls a dagger out and she's like assessing how Flora's is she like physically being sucked in with like tentacles on her?
Flora has tentacles being held in place, but they're
Okay.
not fully consuming her yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get completely sucked in yet.
Okay. Well, she is preparing to deal with that then.
Okay. Did you use your bonus action this turn?
I did not.
Would you like to activate an
Um,
NPC?
Yes, I would. I would like to shout for Niesel and point at Dermot.
Perfect. That is exactly what Niesel was going to be doing anyway. So Niesel, looking as you shout out, Niesel has been trying to help as best he can, throwing things and doing random weird things. He is he seems very hesitant. Like a couple times he looks like he's going to go up and punch it, but he kind of hesitates, and only you kind of see this, Curie, right now because you're looking around for him. And he seems very. Give me an insight check.
Hey, I can do that. 12.
He seems a little relieved as soon as you give him something different to do. Like as soon as you point to Dermot, he's like, oh, okay. And he's kind of like, I got it. And he runs up, he grabs Dermot and drags Dermot away from the fray. And then he kind of looks down and he puts his hands on Dermot. And then Dermot, you heal 12 hit points. And curious, because you might have been able to catch an eye because you're kind of paying attention, you see that his hands kind of glow with this almost orangish, yellowish orange light, just very briefly as he does.
Noted.
That was not, just to verify, that was not healing word, correct?
No, it was not.
Okay.
And so yeah, 12 points of healing. So you are stabilized and then brought to 12 points and awake as I believe it's Flora's turn.
Flora is next. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So especially with Curie right there, so I'm dropping the flame blade and summoning the moonbeam. I need a con save. DC 13.
You realize this is an area effect, right? And there's people on pretty much every side of this creature. And
It's a
with
5-foot area.
5 foot
It's
radius.
5, and you said it's like a 20-foot thing.
It's 5 foot radius, isn't it?
Oh, no, I thought it was a 5-foot total. Hold on,
So
let me
it's
double check.
5 foot. If it's 1 5 foot square, you can target it. If it's
It's
a 5 foot,
it's a 5-foot radius.
5 foot, yeah, 5 foot radius is 10 by 10. So you're talking, a large chunk. You can try to
Is
put
there a
it
way
in.
to get it?
You can't see that well. That's the problem. You could put it somewhere. I'll let you roll. There's a chance you're not going to hit anyone else, but I can't guarantee. You can't guarantee it in this moment. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. If she can't
you might
be
hit
sure,
no.
yeah, that's the thing. If she can't be sure she's not going to hit someone, then she's not
Okay,
going to do it.
You're not sure.
So, okay. So action. She takes a swipe with her flame blade.
Okay,
That's a 21,
that hits.
and it takes 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
So
You are when you swipe through it at that point, that you tear through it like fabric, like what Dietrich had done before. You just sort of tears through it like you're tearing through this sort of solid fabric, just thick layers of fabric, but like butter. It's just super easy. Those tentacles start to writhe and almost look like they're dying and falling around. You can start to see a little bit better. It seemed to work really well.
okay. All right, and then this might be a problem, but she doesn't know how she's going to get free. So she puts up her hand, and Ember, the wildfire fox, comes over and starts swirling around it, and uses her fiery teleportation ability.
Okay.
So and she grabs onto Curie.
Okay.
The spirit and each willing creature of my choice within 5 feet of it is teleported up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space I can
Sure.
see. Each creature within 10 feet of the space that I left with the spirit must then make a dex save DC 13 or take a d6 plus 2 fire damage.
Each creature within what radius?
10 feet
10 foot radius around you?
around the spirit. Yeah.
Okay.
Within 10 feet of the space I left.
Okay.
But she doesn't know how else she's going to get free. So.
Sure. So you and Curie bamf out in a fiery
out
tornado.
Is anyone else within 5 feet of us that I
Not
could...
that you can see.
Okay. So I can't... How close to me was Piper?
I have no idea because you couldn't see me once you were in.
Yeah.
This episode should have been called Friendly Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's okay.
Seriously.
Don't worry about it.
All right, it's
all
only
right.
a D6.
It happens.
So it's not as much.
There, fire.
Okay. What's the save?
13.
All right, so that's going to be Lilac, the creature, and that's it.
Not technically out of the abyss yet.
Hmm.
This is a
I
safe
rolled a
place right
10.
now.
Use a reroll.
How many rerolls do we have left now? We've been plowing through them today.
We are in single digits now.
I used one,
You're
'Cause I
fine.
got a
Everybody's
six.
allowed to use as many as they need.
and then I used another, and I got a 9.
Everything's okay.
It's
Mine
only
got
a
worse
D6.
too.
Another one?
Did I use another one?
Yes.
Am I a
you can
terrible
use it.
person?
Go do it.
Okay.
That's what they're there for.
15.
Nice.
That makes it. So you don't take any damage.
Okay.
And the creature takes, I only rolled a 3, so it's 5 fire damage as we bamf away.
All right. And again, as that kind of tornado through the creature, Lilac, you see this fire kind of tear through and rip fabric threads of the creature away, and as it does, the light that kind of pours through the creature's rips and tears streaks through this shadowy version of Piper, and the creature is almost not invisible, but seems to not exist where the light is, and it seems to hurt it.
That's good. We want it hurt.
Flora, before I do my turn, do you have a bonus action?
Yes, thank you for reminding me. Bonus action, she's gonna call in Souffle.
But knives.
All right. So,
Poisons and knives. Poisons and
so,
knives. Poisons and knives.
She's my favorite.
So Souffle, realizing that her knives aren't really going to do anything against us, having watched most of this battle, and probably tried to stab it and slice off a few chunks of cooking material, has run down to the kitchen and is running back up. And she has something that smells really horrible and looks sort of like a large bladder or maybe a stomach of something. And she kind of has it on her one arm, and she's holding it in a real weird way. And she has this torch in the other hand, and so she runs up and she kind of bagpipes down on this stomach or whatever it is, and out sprays some foul-smelling liquid that she then holds into the torch, and it just kind of blow torches over the side of the creature away from Lilac and company. And then the fire just sort of burns down along the side of it, dripping all down and almost coming back up onto around her feet and kind of lighting down on her feet. And as she finishes happy with her work, she kind of tosses the torch down onto the creature and takes a swig out of this this stomach.
You, Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew. Flora, who's going to go first next round?
Let's go with Lilac.
Okay. So as Lilac, as you are sitting there ready to do whatever you're going to do, this shadowy creature actually goes and tries to reach and swing at you again. However, with everything that's been happening, all the tears and things, where it tries to reach, its hand just kind of vanishes and it reaches back and it screeches out at you and holds its hand and then looks like it's just starting to concentrate, like looking at you like it's going to just kill you with its mind or something. The tentacle creature itself actually does nothing this turn. Those of you on deck and outside see that the fabric, these tears start to knit themselves together. They start to heal a little bit, but the amount of damage it's healing is very, very minimal compared to the amount of damage that's been done. You don't think it's helping a whole heck of a lot. I mean, you don't want to let it do it for an hour, but right now it's not. It's obviously some sort of instinctual sort of thing that it's doing, but it's not going to help. Lilac, it's your turn.
Okay, so that thing is staring at me like it really wants to kill me with its mind, but that's fine. I will stare right back with stubborn hobbit determination and think real hard. Well, you can just try, but I'm getting my friend out of here, and I'm just gonna yank Piper out as hard as I can.
Give me a strength check.
Okay. 12.
You have an inspiration die, I think, still, don't you?
I used it.
Oh, okay. I forget who. I don't know who has them anymore. Sorry.
I mean, I could re-roll.
Do it.
Okay.
They're there. We will replenish. They are not a finite resource.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take the one that you rerolled, right? I got a nat one.
We are. It's fine. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's the dice.
Tonight is not a friendly night in Dice Land.
It's okay.
It's the rising action and where everything gets hard before we succeed.
Okay.
Dramatic storytelling.
I do have a bonus action though that I can
What'd you get?
restore some of my own hit points. It's called Second Wind.
I
Which I
thought we
didn't
were still
notice that
rolling
I
strength. What happened? Sorry, I got distracted for half a second. So
Oh,
what did you get
no.
in strength check?
It was like an 11 or a 12, but then I re-rolled and then I got a nat 1. So,
So
yay. Cool. Then I was going to do the bonus action, heal myself, and go over to Piper again, just because that makes sense. We're right there.
Right?
Together.
Yes. How conscious is Piper of what's going on around her at this point?
Only what you can see out of the hole behind Lilac.
Okay. And I'm still at a 3 wisdom at this point?
Correct.
Piper starts reaching for her glove.
Okay. You can't reach anything but Lilac right now.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's something you want to do.
No, if I can't touch the creature or anything like that, she's just trying to figure something out. Okay, so I'm going to try and I know Lilac is pretty sturdy, so I'm going to try and grab onto Lilac and use her strength and mine to pull myself out, then using her as a weight.
Give me a charisma check.
Okay. Don't want to accidentally throw them in. Two.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing happens. You start to
Okay.
try to pull yourself up, but you have no strength. You feel weak.
Okay. Great. Well, then I think that's my turns then.
So who would you like to go next?
Flora.
Okay. So it's starting to look bad, right? Even though it's healing itself up a little.
It stopped fighting and it started to try to heal itself. So yeah, it's bad.
Okay. I'm at 1 hit point, so going back in is probably a bad idea. Now that I'm out of it and so's Curie, can I see well enough to find a spot where I can hit it with a 5-foot radius spell without hitting everyone else?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I'm going to cast Moonbeam, so I need a con save.
Okay.
So Flame Blade drops because they're both concentration.
I'm going to use a reroll. 19.
Okay, you still take half damage if I'm remembering correctly. Just need to double check. Yeah, half. Okay. Of course, I rolled 5 damage, so you take 2. 2 radiant damage.
Okay.
So that's my
Looking for my pen,
action.
it was in my other hand.
Bonus action. Are we still calling in NPCs?
That was last turn.
Okay. So bonus action options are limited. All right. Bonus action. I will have the Wildfire Spirit attack again, I guess.
Okay.
Her attack specifically is a bonus action. So, let's see. Oh, I forgot about that. Huh. So when I summon the spirit, it appears in an unoccupied space of my choice and causes fire damage when it appears.
Okay.
I forgot about that, so I'll try to remember
Do
that
it next time.
Yeah. All right, so I have to hit it. 19.
That hits.
Okay, so it takes 6 points of fire damage.
Okay. As the fox kind of darts in between all of the tentacles and just starts to burn along the edges of it, ripping this flesh even more where the fire touches it. You even see Lilac kind of appear in one of these holes. They look pensive, determined.
Okay. So it was Lilac, Piper, me,
I hope
Sakiri.
both of your hands aren't up, Lilac. Uh-oh.
I was just trying to emphasize that Lilac looks, I don't know, aggressive.
Their
aggressive.
emotional fists are up.
There you go. Two glow. One angry fist and one angry mage hand.
So Kiri up next.
Same as all the other verses. Kiri's taking another pot shot at the thing. She's zeroing in on the fact that it doesn't look great. She wants this thing down.
Okay.
So, 16 to hit.
16 hits.
9 piercing damage and 8 sneak attack damage.
Okay. So the piercing damage tears through, or doesn't do anything. The sneak attack damage, however, tears through.
It's a
it's
magic
You said that
crossbow.
right. So it does absolutely tear through all of it, and rips more and more holes in this thing. The parts that are tearing are starting to give way themselves, and where these parts are ripping, the tentacles that seem to be ripping off just kind of dissipate and vanish as they do. The creature is actually getting smaller at this point.
And I'm reloading my crossbow, and I literally can't think of any other NPCs.
Well, that was last turn, so no more NPCs. So
Okay.
All right, and who's going next?
Who's still left for this round?
Dermot and Dietrich.
Okay, let's go with Dietrich first. Next, rather.
Cool. Is anybody still down, or is everybody up?
Everybody's up, but I believe everyone is still weary. The people have been hurt.
Cool.
Or it's not looking good, if I remember correctly. She's looking very bad.
I didn't heal myself. I hit it with magic instead.
That you're not flaming teleporting now. Dietrich will run over and see, is this
No heal, only punch.
what?
No heal, only
So-
punch.
Yeah, no heal,
very good.
only punch.
That's better. So he's gonna go over and is it alright? It's alright. I've gotta touch you for this.
It's fine.
And he's gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Next time, dear, we should just establish who you're allowed to touch or not to speed the process up.
I was thinking of calling a meeting on that myself.
A combat consent meeting. I like it.
16 points back. I rolled real good. And as a bonus action, going to Piper, I don't know if you can hear me, but Come on, we still need you. Come on out of there. Come away from the darkness and step into the light. Consider yourself inspired.
You can hear muffled, but it is there.
Okay, I was like, can I even hear? Okay,
Just
okay.
barely.
You're inspired by the nonsense.
Shouting from somewhere behind Lilac.
Alley-oop to Dermot.
All right, Dermot.
Knowing, does anybody else besides Flora still look weary?
Probably
Curious?
Lilac.
Oh.
I'm good. I'm great.
All right, I'm going to continue then with what I was going to do is and cast a healing word on Flora.
The bonus action, isn't it?
Yep, it's my bonus action. I can do that first, right?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. 100%.
12 hit points.
Okay, thank you. Flora
I capped
looks
it at second level.
significantly better.
All right, Dermot, now what?
And then I'm really angry still. So I'm going to look back at the creature again and do another whisper. Wisdom save 14. And this is just a check. Is it okay that I'm whispering, or can people hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure. Okay.
I've been inanimate for a while, and I have nightmares. I'm gonna send them to you. Some of them. These nightmares, they have sounds that feed on thoughts, vacant thoughts of the unconscious. I have gathered several that were starving in order to set them on you.
And then I smile.
I'm afraid.
As you start, and this does psychic damage, correct?
Yeah, it's psychic and second level, 5d8 if you give me the extra bonus.
As
6, it's 5d6.
we're going to take just a brief second away here. As Dermot looks and starts to whisper towards this creature, the true intent of why it seemed to not do anything last turn becomes clear, at least to Dermot, as it seems to have readied itself for any sort of mental attack. And it turns the whispers and amplifies them back on Dermot, except out of anybody here, Dermot is the worst person to do that to. Dermot, as these whispers are turned back on you, you only hear beautiful music. And you smile. And you enjoy every minute, every second of what's happening. And the creature writhes in pain in a way that you have not seen up until now, as it tried to turn and look back into your mind. And the creature dies, ripping itself, tearing at its own body. The shadowy creature exposed to the light, the shadowy Piper exposed to the light, screams and vanishes, and the hole that Piper is in starts to close. Lilac and Piper, each of you make me a strength save.
Oh, glad I did. Pyro's athlete. Oh, wait.
It's so pretty, the music. Sometimes.
Dermot is Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, no. I don't get to use... Oh, I can only
Doesn't work on
use those
saves.
No. Okay.
It's strong.
I
It's still
switched
strong.
dice, so fortunately I got a 19.
Okay.
All right. How many rerolls do we have left?
8.
I'm gonna use
Use it.
one.
So important.
You have inspiration.
That too.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do the inspiration. 15 plus, I think I have one from. It doesn't stack, does it? I have one from Dermot and one from Dietrich. It doesn't
Cannot
stack, does it?
though.
Okay. 17.
As Piper frantically pulls against Lilac, and Lilac, in a very determined motion, yanks Piper from the edge, literally, of the abyss. Piper, I need one last charisma save.
$20.
So you, for a brief moment, feel a sense of loss as you're pulled out of the abyss, but you don't fight to stay like you felt you just might have. Piper pulls you out, and the darkness dissipates, closing the rift. Piper and Lilac lay on the ground. Flora nearby with her fiery little friend, who is dancing through some sort of, and rolling through some sort of very gross flaming liquid laying on the deck. Seems to be having the time of his life. Dietrich was healing Flora, I think, right? And Dermot is standing nearby with Niesel. And everyone breathes a sigh of relief.
I still had a 3 wisdom.
Yep.
Okay.
It will slowly come back over the next couple of hours.
Is that something I can fix with lesser restoration?
You can fix, I think, 1d4 damage to it. You'll have to look it up.
Okay.
She just looks over at Lilac. Thank you. And then goes quiet.
Lilac will just start kind of like fussing over you. Like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? And, like, put their hand, like their wrist on your forehead, like just poking at you, like, are you okay? Are you okay?
Just kind of sits there and lets you do it.
But
In
it has
very
no,
un-Piper-like manner.
has no medical training or medical skills at all whatsoever, so it's just useless fretting.
Curie wanders up to the goop that was the captain at some point.
There is nothing left of the captain or the body that was there, the cocoon.
Yeah, just where the goop that the thingy that the wild fire spirit is rolling around in. Then.
No, that's the stuff that that Souffle sprayed all over the deck.
Ah, gotcha. Well, then Curie looks up to where the Regent's ship was, and is no longer, and just says very casually, not shouting or anything, I want to kill that Regent in an immeasurable number of immeasurably unpleasant ways.
Alec's gonna turn and look at Curie. Still like holding on to Piper's shoulders, just like they're both leaning down, but just like turns to face you. The Regent put that in there, right? That was the balance? Trying to kill all of us with that?
You put it past her.
It seems like it.
But it could have happened before that. We had one of those chemical things on our ship.
That thing was a lot harder to kill than the squiggly faced guy.
The captain had been eating, right? The squiggly faced guy was starving, right? So if it would have been well fed, I don't know. I'm not a biologist.
Tentacologist.
No, not even close.
Jeremy, you said you knew what it was. You called it
What
something.
was that?
Yes.
Jeremy
creature.
flies over
What
after
was it?
putting his cozy back on.
You called it something.
What?
What
The
was
creature.
that?
Which creature?
The
I
one
call
we
that a
just
Dietrich.
killed. No, the big black tentacly thing.
Oh, that was called that's a black star. It was a baby.
Dear God.
So what exactly is it?
It's a big nasty creature.
Could it have been put there by the beam of light that was shot by the regent's ship?
There was a beam of light?
Right. Okay. Cool. Good job. Thanks, Jeremy. You came in clutch, though. That was good.
Yes.
I don't even know how to drive.
It's very impressive, dear. I see now that the cozy is very important to keep that comfortable and safe.
Oh, yes. It keeps it very warm. I didn't even know it was cold till I got it.
You so often don't realize something until you heard the opposite of it.
Lilac will stop fussing over Piper and stand up and walk over to Curie, and I assume Dietrich is probably right next to Curie at this point. Or, the cluster. Oh, oops, I hit my microphone, sorry.
Flora, were you going to cast Lesser Restoration?
No. I double checked the information on the spell. It's not gonna do anything.
Got it. Okay. Lilac?
Just sort of very intently at Curie. Yes. You're right.
I mean, I know, but what specifically?
We need to kill the regent.
Yes.
But first, I think we need to get out of here. Heal up. And figure out a plan.
Kill the regent. And I'm not, I'm not one for immediate mutiny. But we did just survive, barely. Some like an arrow in the quiver, right? So if there are more arrows in the quiver, and it did come from the regent, how are we going to do that?
You heard how other people reacted to the regent's existence. Everyone's afraid of her, which means that fear could very easily turn into vengeance.
My dear Lilac, are you proposing fomenting a revolution?
I wouldn't go that far, because revolution is very, not with, I'm losing my words.
Well, they require lots
because
of song.
the
I'm all for that.
law and order is very important, but not when it's mean.
Justice is also important.
Excuse me, Lantern steps up. Does this mean we're not going home?
Lilac is gonna wheel on Lantern.
Piper stands up, turns towards the interior of the ship, just fuck home, and walks into the ship.
Niesel turns and follows Piper and turns back at Lantern and goes, fuck home. And he follows Piper down.
What a tribe.
Wait, Niesel is following Piper?
Niesel follows Piper after saying fuck home as well. Very uncharacteristic.
Lantern.
I'm all for staying. I really am. I just want to be clear.
Lantern.
Lilac.
Don't call me that.
Oh, sorry. What should I call you?
Captain.
Well, as of right now, interim captain.
You just completely undercut that. It's amazing. Acting.
Interim captain.
And I'll have you know, I do not appreciate how you run around the ship all creepy and mysterious, and you don't tell anyone everything.
What
and
about him? And pointing to
Dietrich is a known entity.
Lander takes a step forward towards you, Lilac. What is it you want to know?
I want to know that you're going to start telling us things. And not
Such
sulk around the
as-
ship being weird. You know who skulks around? Thieves and ruffians. And we will not have that sort of behavior on my ship. My ship, interim captain. There's clearly like a little bit of bluster that is leaving Lilac right now. Like that was the extent.
Lost train of.
So, Captain, what is
Interim?
it you...
Rules are rules.
When does interim become full captain?
Well, I need to have many long and thorough discussions with my advisory council, of which I determined just a few hours ago
I
their
know how-
presence.
I know how to
and-
fly. I can't park it yet.
I was half expecting Lilac to be like, I need to have a long, drawn-out conversation with myself.
Yes, I thought it was going to be with myself,
I thought you
too.
were gonna go too.
So, interim Captain Lilac, what is it that I can tell you? What is it you'd like to know about me, or whatever it is I do on this ship?
Right now is not the time. My advisory council and I will come up with a list of questions and things that we suspect that you've been keeping from us. So be ready for that. You are dismissed.
Aye. And he turns and walks away.
As soon as his back is turned, Lilac just Okay. Just looking at the rest of you in fear.
You did really well.
Grace and aplomb. Just
We need to go.
possibly
Get
an
to
hour.
breathe.
We do need to leave.
We need to go.
Which way, Captain?
Interim.
Who
How about the opposite direction they went?
knows how to sail?
I do.
Okay. That way.
I interim. Peanut, come with me.
Curie sidles up next to Lilac, just under her
Mo
voice,
follows further
very,
out.
very quietly. Breathe. That's very important. In and out.
There's a
If you're
general.
getting dizzy, warn me. By the way, that was brilliant. Very proud.
I'm gonna faint.
Curie like leans down and like holds onto an arm. That would be very unbecoming of an interim captain on their first day.
You're right.
Go to your room and you can faint in there, just not on the deck.
All right. Well, we'll have a meeting
Which I
very
have
soon.
several- Good. I have several suggestions.
Yeah, I will make sure to put the suggestion box out. Because that was a proposal. And okay. And Lilac just wanders away, trying to look tough.
You've got this.
Dermot pops his head back up real quick before going down to fly.
I forgot to forget home. Yeah. Forget it.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Oh, forget home. I can actually do that. Hold on.
No, don't. No.
What?
Just
No?
you just got a bunch of things implanted in there, and you shouldn't. No, do not. Do not.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Pulls out a magnet and just starts slowly putting it to your head.
I would totally get blamed for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. I won't. I thought nobody was going to say anything. All right, good job, guys. Good job, Kyle. That was close. I had two ways that could go.
When roses forget home, Dietrich, you hear Curie sort of mutter, "Couldn't if I wanted to," and continue staring up at where the Regent's ship was, and you can kind of tell she's coming up with a list of.
All right. So a few minutes later, Mo and Dermot and Peanut get the ship moving, and they are heading out towards the edge of wild space, so they can head into the Nexus, and you guys can determine your next course. They'll take about an hour to reach the edge, and there you are.
Now, I do have a very serious question. What's this I hear about a potato?
Oh, that's right. You guys were saying something about a potato earlier.
An excellent julienne recipe.
Prefer scallop myself, but you know, to each their own. Should we go check on the crew? I mean, we are the crew, but should we go check on the rest of the crew? Should we just find
As much as I'm. Well, I'd like to perhaps designate someone other than myself to be in charge of some sort of memorial service, I suppose. They have a body to deal with, but I think there's still some respect to be paid.
Okay, I could take that on.
Thank you. Not a terribly big fan of funerals myself. It's not typically how I process grief, so you can have that.
We studied eulogies for about 2 semesters in Bard College.
Lilac is actually going to end up popping their head back up. I just realized that as interim captain, I probably shouldn't just run away without any sort of command structure in place. All right. And Lilac is going to point at Flora. Interim first mate. Point at Curie.
IFM.
Interim diplomatic advisor.
Oh dear.
Point at
advisor?
Diplomatic.
Oh.
Lilac's the diplomatic one.
Point at Dietrich. I think I'm pronouncing that with an extra T at the end of it. I shouldn't be doing that. Dietrich. Point at Dietrich. Interim. This is moral support.
That works too. My bedside manner is impeccable.
Point at Dermot. Interim. Pilot. Right. That's right. Thank you.
And if it's okay, I added an additional I to your name. So you're going to be interlude interim captain. So I can say, aye, captain.
Don't ever change.
I won't.
And Piper? Interim.
It's not there.
I know, but I'm pointing at the sky.
Okay.
Piper, wherever you are.
Interim
security.
Thank you. Best first mate. Don't ever change. All right, I'm leaving now. Goodbye. And wanders back away.
Dietrich, I hereby deputize you. She puts she does a sign of the cross over it. Interim deputy diplomatic advisor.
My nameplate on my cabin is just going to be the most unwieldy fuck off thing.
It's definitely a serving platter at this point, yes.
Where do we find an etching service?
Mo? He might have something in one of his extra hands. I don't know how he works.
Cross stitch?
Oh, we could do embroidered nameplates. Now there's a thought.
Monogram already on it, and she's Curie's glancing through her her satchel of fabric swatches. Everyone's gonna have monogrammed hankies with their positions on them.
So, yeah, Dietrich is going to make his way down to where Mo and Dermot are ended up. The
Well, one of them is down running on the wheel. The other one is going to be in the pilot's chair.
go talk to Mo.
Okay.
We wanna go talk to him. I bet once the scene's wrapped, if we're
I think we're good there.
Good.
All right, so you head down and talk to Mo.
hello, how you doing?
Oh,
How-
hey,
how
I'm
are
great.
you?
What's going on?
Did you need any patching up? Did you need any,
Oh, no, I'm
Fixing.
pretty good.
you had, rocks in all your bits for a bit. Wanted to
Oh,
make
it's
sure.
okay. I mean, they just have a little extra security.
Your legs, your legs off, or your arms off.
It's not really.
Like,
I
right.
fixed it before I started running on this gigantic wheel.
Yeah.
I had a
So-
spare. I always try to have a spare or two.
Policy. I can run the other one for you if you need.
Well, just in case I ever have to run a 3-legged race. I've never lost.
I think you're the only person who I would ever say it could be an effective tripod. That would work. So the maps. Did you? How was that?
How was what?
Did you get the maps? Did
Oh, I got some of them.
Which ones? The ones of.
Well, no,
where
I got some of the way home. I mean, I kind of know where we're supposed to be going, but I thought the interim captain said we're not going that way anymore.
Eventually, we are.
Oh, okay.
The reason.
Don't worry, I didn't forget about him.
Good. That was a close call. By the skin of my teeth.
I don't have any skin on my
Right.
teeth. I don't
neither
have any
do
teeth.
Good. You've got the maps. That's all I was concerned with. And
Oh
you're
yeah,
doing
everything's fine there. I mean, I don't have all of them. I didn't get all the information, but I got some of it.
You've retained. You didn't forget those.
No, I didn't forget
Those you-
anything I was given, but we kind of got blowed up about halfway through the process.
That there is that. One will forgive. I'm sure, if not forget, that the blowing up happened. Yeah. But as you were then, do you need any assistance on the treadmill?
No, I'm good right now.
All right.
I need to work in this new leg.
Well, I need to work off a few, so it's
Oh, you want me to move over? You guys scoots over.
I've got less of a dad bod and more of a father figure.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that means.
Hop on the treadmill.
Okay. Lilac, where do you go when you head downstairs?
There is a very big internal dialogue about that, but they ultimately do just go back to their room, their original room, because that would be disrespectful to go to the captain's room at this juncture until there is an advisory meeting about what to do about all of this. So they go back to their room.
Okay.
And probably hyperventilate for a little while.
All right. So about halfway through that, there's a knock. And a soft knock.
How can I help you?
Just wanted to check and see if you needed anything. It's
It's Darcy, isn't it? Lilac's eyes get real wide. No, not at this time. Thank you.
What was that?
That was Lilac saying idiot to themselves, but
And
just
that
under
was
their breath.
Darcy asking what he couldn't quite hear you saying idiot, so he was asking what it was.
Oh, nothing. I had something caught in my throat, I think. I forgot you have really excellent hearing. Right.
I mean I do, but it's a misconception that my people do. But I'll I mean, if you don't need anything, I guess I'll go.
Alex just like standing on the other side of the door because they didn't open it. Just
Yeah, no, I know. And you hear soft little footsteps start to walk away.
and they let it happen.
Okay.
Mostly because I wanted to see Angela's face.
Yep. Torture
I was
Angela
about
with this
to
for
ask,
months.
what's the percentage chance that Curie saw him going that direction?
Well, it depends on what Curie was doing, but I doubt it. Where did Curie end up going after all this happened?
Curie went to the captain's quarters.
All right, I'm glad someone did. So you head to the captain's quarters. Let yourself in, I'm sure.
That's the intention.
All right, it's not locked.
And she wanders in disappointed.
All right, so you head on in, and what do you do? So you look around, you see it's very well taken care of. The bed is made. Everything's in order and neatly organized.
Proceeds to snoop.
All right, make a snooping check.
A snooping check.
What are you looking for?
A couple of things. On the manner of business, even though she told Dietrich to handle like funereal arrangements and stuff, she's looking for anything that would indicate any sort of intent or requests upon untimely death. Because
No
you know,
last
captain of
will
a
or
ship
testament.
might have something
Yeah.
like that. Okay. Then other than that, she's just kind of looking through personal effects, and she ends up. She's not normally like this, but she doesn't like leave things the way she found them, and just kind of sits on the bed with a bunch of the captain's shit and just is looking through stuff to kind of, I don't know, get a sense of the kind of person she was.
All right, so you start to pull some of the stuff off the shelves, out of boxes and things, and put it onto the bed. And as you do, the door opens, and before you can even finish looking up, you just hear shit. As you look over, it's Lantern looking a little upset. And how is it you beat me here so quickly?
Some of us were too busy getting a lashing from the new interim captain.
Well, some of us don't like the new interim captain.
Why is that exactly?
Well, I don't like any of you, really. But I don't like anybody,
Fine.
so... Alright, you're okay and Piper's alright.
So what are you snooping around for?
Money, jewelry, whatever.
Pedestrian.
Well, I doubt the captain has anything worth any actual value. Worth any value.
value
Wow,
in-
I'm Englishing very well right now. The hell is English? Commenting very well.
What is that? I don't know. You never know what's going to be of value to someone.
I mean, jewelry can be made of mithril. Mithril can be very valuable in the right hands.
And how terribly pedestrian.
But I doubt the captain has anything mithril. Did she? And it kind of starts looking over your shoulder at the bed.
Did she?
No.
Sorry.
Frustrating. Really frustrating.
Not that she was brutally murdered by a dictator. Yes, so frustrating.
Oh, very, very frustrating to be so murdered. The Lantern walks over, just pulls a book off the wall, and starts to flip through it.
I tend to do well in power vacuums. It's a
Who?
thing I'm...
Us? We?
I said
You?
I tend to
Oh,
do
you
well
do. All right.
in power vacuums.
Well, you keep pushing other people to do the dirty work. I mean, I admire that.
I'm not quite sure what to do in this case, though.
Sacrifice your friends, become wealthy, get home. Those are great goals.
I'm with you on the last one, but not on any of the others.
You don't want wealth, or you don't need it. Of course, neither of us really do, but wealth in different ways. Power.
I'm comfortable enough.
Comfortable. Comfortable means that you can be uncomfortable at some point. I want to be so stinking wealthy that I never have to live in poverty. Make an insight check real quick.
Yes, please. Come on, as a 15.
15's great.
Oh.
So you are almost very, very sure he was about to say again. Nothing in this book. He kind of like shakes it and puts it back and grabs the next one.
You think she'd have the sort of compartments and such? You don't think I
never
check?
know. How long have you been here?
He doesn't answer.
He just tosses the book onto the counter. Comes over and just kind of like looks through some of the stuff on the bed. Doesn't take anything. Just kind of moves it around a little bit.
What kind of personal effects are there? Pictures? Are there?
So there's a
letters?
picture, but there's not a lot because again, this wasn't supposed to be a very long trip. But there are some things. One of the things that gets you is there is a small box you haven't had a chance to get to yet that has been sealed. It's about probably about like if you were seeing a good sized cigar box, but about maybe 4 times as long, and it is locked.
Locked,
But you don't think the lantern seems to have caught that it was locked. There's a little padlock on it. Because the way it's laying, there's stuff on top of it. He kind of moves some stuff around, but this is very boring. Some sort of ceremonial weapon in that, I assume?
Assume away. And Curie will pick up the box.
Are you going to try to hide that it has the lock still?
Yes,
So
she's
give
going to
me a
just sort of
stealth check.
set it aside. 22.
Actually, it's be sleight of hand. Sorry.
Okay.
You use the same roll, just...
It would be a 22 still,
okay, that's
then.
fine. All right, so... no, he's looking at something else when you move it. You caught the perfect time, and you move it aside. He wasn't even facing that direction. And he kind of just shrugs and...
With your sudden promise of forthrightness from interim captain, what do you want out of all this after the regent debacle?
I want to be living. That would be very nice. I would like to not be dead. I really don't want to die. And I'd like to be home. Or someplace in power with everything I could ever want.
Just little things, of course. If it came to it, would you grab a lifeboat and
float off where?
Well, I'm just curious at what point you no longer feel loyal enough to
Oh, I feel no loyalty to this ship whatsoever.
Sorry, slip of the tongue. No longer feel so keen to stick around this ship and
I
hop
don't
to
want to
another
stick
one.
around now. If I found a place that was planet of the Amazonians, I would be gone.
Noted. I'll make sure to keep an eye out for you. I'll let you know.
I really like big women. And he kind of gets up and stretches. Crushed between thighs. Never mind. I've got to go. And he starts walking through the door. Is there anything you need?
Anything
besides being turned into a robot? Sorry, you're breaking up, Angela.
Wait for pithy comment?
Anyone catch that?
No.
Oh, wait. I can see you. You're moving again.
Okay. I'm in green. I'm
All right.
green. I was saying wait
Super
for pithy
green.
comment. Wait for pithy comment.
Waiting. Hold.
She said nothing from you. You said becoming a robot. She said that you asked if she needed anything.
Yeah, is there anything you need before I go?
Curie said, so many things, dear, but nothing from you.
All right.
I'll be sure to save you a front row at the memorial. You must be absolutely crushed. I'm sorry, devastated that the captain is not.
Sorry, what? I was distracted. Do you want me to say a few words?
Absolutely.
Don't embarrass yourself. That's as few as I can do. And he walks out.
Wait a 10 beat.
He doesn't come back.
Proceed to unlock the box.
Give me a sleight of hand check to unlock the box.
Do I add proficiency to 22 and 24 if I add my proficiency bonus because I have my thieves to use?
Yeah, so you're fine. So you pop open the lock. It takes no time. You almost doubled the number you needed. So you're basically slide your tools and just there you go. You pop open the box and inside there is a series of magic items. There is an amulet.
Mm-hmm.
There is some sort of slender, long rod that looks like at the end of it there's maybe some sort of horse at each end of it, or some sort of stallion. And there is... hold on, I gotta pop it open here. Thought I'd remember them all. I didn't.
Long ago I had plans.
There
to
is a
make
dagger.
Ooh. Well, color me. Well, me. Curious. Sifting.
This
There is a set of like a long pipe.
All right.
There's a small vial, and inside of it there is some sort of kind of transparent liquid with a kind of metal shard or something inside of it, kind of floating in there. And there's one more, which is
I sure hope somebody's telling me.
there's a small like almost like a river stone, like kind of a polished river stone.
All right. Very pretty. I have no fucking clue what any of this is. So I will have to swallow my pride and find one of us who can identify things. Well, she picks up the dagger and kind of looks at it a little bit, see what kind of make it is, kind of checks it for balance and how sharp it is. And she feels the mirror in her pocket and kind of pulls that out and kind of glances at that again and
Okay.
tries and sets it down on the bed with the other stuff that she's looking through.
Okay. It's extremely well balanced. It's a very nice dagger. Simple. Not a lot to it, but it's very well done.
Dibs. And she and I said she pulled out the mirror from her pocket and kind of glanced at that again to put it down with the other
Good. So you look at your reflection again?
because I'm a glutton for whatever the fuck that was.
I'm just gonna keep going, just this one direction. That's it. I don't.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 22.
Okay. You are looking over it, and almost near impossible to see, kind of in the intricate details around the edge of this, is a word, and it is the dwarven word for reflection.
Is that something I can pronounce?
Sure. It's phonetic.
Sure.
It's a Romance language.
She says it out loud. Maybe it's like some sort of fairy tale.
Very briefly, the mirror sort of just shimmers. The whole entire thing, not just the glass, but all of it.
Fun trick. It came out of a hamster. Can't be terribly useful, I guess. Nothing else different? It just... Does it feel different?
No.
She puts it back in her pocket.
Okay.
All right. Fun little parlor trick.
All right.
And she sets the box aside and just keeps kind of sifting through stuff. Again, like sort of morbidly curious about if there's any, surviving family that she should probably have someone mention during the memorial.
There is some family. We never really determined who or what, so if you'd like to come up with that, but we did determine that she had somebody back home she wanted to get back to, whether it was family, child, or parents, or whatever. We didn't determine, so I'll let you go ahead and handle that.
Answering now or just thinking about it for later?
Just thinking about it for later.
Okay. So Curie spends the next while just kind of
getting to know this
snooping through. Yeah, getting to know the captain a bit better. And God damn it, Matthew. Whoever they're related to, their name is Hewlett.
Hewlett Packard.
I'm so angry.
Perfect.
So yeah, Curie spends the rest of the probably like a half hour, maybe even an hour, going through all this stuff to kind of get a handle on what kind of person the captain was, and then after that, we'll take the box over to Lilac, because I suppose it should be the captain's job to decide what happens with magic items.
All right, so we'll go to that in a second. Dermot, I want to come back to you. We're going to rewind a little bit back to when you were on deck. And this is something that I'm not sure that Dermot came to terms with 100% in the moment. But maybe is now starting to come to terms with it, might want to do something with this info, or may not. Right after everything ended, the fight, and Piper lay on the deck with Lilac kind of doting. What was the word? Frantic doting? Is that was? I don't remember what it was.
Needless
Dude,
fussing.
so good.
Frantic fussing.
Fretting, I think.
Fretting
Or
was
fussing.
perfect.
Yes.
Fretting.
I forget.
Fretting was perfect.
One of those F's.
And Dermot, you look at Piper and recognized something. You recognize someone who has been where you've been in those years, decades, days, hours, who knows how long you were alone in your room. In those moments when you were most lost, in those moments where you learned how to do those things that you do, how to whisper. Those moments that you saw, those things that you saw, Piper has seen those things. Piper has been touched by those things in the same way or a similar way as to you have. There's a kinship there. And while you're not sure that she's going to hear the pretty music, you do know that she has been touched in a way that you don't really come back from.
Okay. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the eyes, I'm sure. Right now, with everything that just happened, I don't think I would approach her, but I'll tuck that information away for a later time.
It's perfect. And Piper, as you left, heading down, and where did you go to?
My room to Cricket.
Okay. So Niesel was following you, and
She would have left the door open.
Okay, so
if
he
wanted to
probably
come in.
would have come in and brought in his little furry friend, and let him and the two of you sit and chat if you wanted to, but he just kind of sits there quietly, petting his flurf.
Are you okay?
We're not going home. I'm great.
She pulls a ring off her gloved hand and just starts staring at it.
Unfortunately, Niesel being who he is, he's not going to ask.
It's fine. I know you don't like violence, and that was all very disturbing. I want to make sure you're okay.
I don't actually really care about violence much one way or another. I just don't want to do it. I don't like hurting people or anything.
I know.
I threw a mop bucket. That felt bad enough.
Do you ever make a mistake so big that you think that maybe you're damned because of it?
Yeah. I'm pretty much sure that my entire life up until this trip was punishment for my thing.
I don't know if it's punishment or just another test that maybe I didn't pass. And I keep wondering how many more tests I'm gonna fail.
You know, tests are kind of like school, and school's kind of stupid.
I was supposed to go to school.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did go to school. I hated it.
I mean, I had school. I had tutors and lessons, but I was supposed to receive formal education before I
like with ties and stuff.
kinda. Like this one came with a really heavy crown attached to it, and I left.
Okay, so is that a bad thing?
I don't know. I don't know. I think, no. I left and I found Zorus and this calling. And I'm trying to do right by it. Home changed, and it's never... There are people I love and I miss back home, but
What changed?
maybe it was me. I don't know. I had a friend, like a counterpart. The other half of me. And they died. And I think I lost myself. I wasn't supposed to. I just keep thinking that maybe this is all part of Zorus's plan. And I'm not maybe, it has to be. It has to be part of the plan, because then I did this for nothing and
Did what for nothing?
left.
You did it for you.
The ruler is not supposed to do things for themselves. They're supposed to do things for their people.
Well, but
She sets the ring down.
when you left, you're not a ruler anymore, right?
Suppose not.
And then, you gotta go and grow, and get out. Kind of like a yardstick now.
She laughs.
He kind of smiles.
Did you ever decide on a name?
Fuzzy butt.
It's perfect. I love it.
He kind of pets the flump on the head. I don't think it's his name, but I had to call him something. We'll change it if he wants to.
Sounds good. Well, I don't know if they're going to decide that we're going home someday, but for now, it's a pretty good place to be.
If we find a place and everyone decides they want to go home, which I'm sure that they will, because they have families and friends and important things, I might try to find some place to stay here. Somewhere away from everything. Or it doesn't matter what my name is. No one will make fun of me
I would never.
or hurt me.
And I would never do that.
I know. I trust almost everyone on the ship. At this point, it's...
Maybe I'd stay too. See what Zorus has in store for me.
Early on, I learned that I had to stand up for myself. It's what everyone tells you, right? You have to stand up for yourself. But when you're special, when there's something about you that's different, when you're cursed, and nobody really knows that, and they tell you to stand up for yourself, you do, because the first time you stand up for yourself, it's never like what Lilac does. It's never like thought out and like set. It's emotional and it's traumatic.
Yeah.
And it's anger. And you kill people. And I just don't want to. I can't get angry. I can't do that again.
Piper, in the first display of affection that she has ever initiated, wraps her arms around Niesel, which is hilarious because she does absolutely have to stand up on the bed to get her arms around his shoulders because he's a furbolg and she's a gnome. And just, I promise you that as long as I am on this ship with you, you will never, ever have to feel that way again. I know that feeling too well. And I know that anger too well.
Thank you.
Someone tries to make you stand up for yourself, they go through me. She's just like teasingly like trying to be kind of funny with it and is not the greatest at it because wisdom 3 right now.
He kind of you're starting to get most of that back, but he kind of smiles a little bit. I mean, I can stand up for myself sometimes, just not physically. How about that?
That works.
Although I don't like doing it anyway, really, but it's okay. So I taught Mr. Fuzzybutt a trick.
Okay, I want to see.
All right, and he takes Mr. Fuzzybutt and he puts him on top of your snail's shell, and he has him tuck. He like tickles him, and all of his tentacles kind of pull in, and he becomes a little toupee for your snail's shell.
Oh my god, Cricket, that's amazing! Like, oh, that's so cute, Niesel.
So if it was on his head, it would be a toupee, but I think it's kind of a snail merkin. Niesel's dead. He's just laughing.
Piper like falls off the bed almost. She's dying.
Perfect. And we're gonna cut,
absolutely a snail.
We're gonna call that scene right there. Who do we have left? Flora, what did you do after everything upstairs?
Um.
It's a snurkin.
Oh god. Uh, she's probably still processing. A lot of stuff just happened. She probably would go to check on Dermot because he popped back in from being inanimate and then got caught on fire.
I want to go back to sleep now, please.
Two of his favorite things.
All right, so Dermot is flying the ship right now, so you go and find him and.
Dermot, how are you doing? I know you still got some grease on you. She kind of wipes at it.
It mostly burned off. I mean,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know fire's not your favorite.
oh no, it's really not. Well, thank you for carrying me again. I appreciate it every time you do it. I feel so bad. I can't control it.
I know. It's alright. You're not that heavy, and I understand not wanting to wake up by yourself after being trapped for so long.
Yeah, and the things I see are just, they're not any fun.
I know. Do you want to sleep in my room tonight?
Oh
Well,
yes, please. And
Sit in
tomorrow
my room, I guess.
I'll
Since you
stand.
don't really sleep.
In the day.
And you have a blanket I could use.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit over here and keep you company while you're flying.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. I've just been saying that to myself right before you came in. I haven't really been given anything but a direction. And I don't know how to park. I've said it. It's been stated out loud. So we may just run into something. That's okay, I guess.
Well, I think you're safe to keep going in the same direction, but, don't be afraid to go around things that end up in front of us. I think we'd all
Oh.
prefer that to crashing.
Right. Yeah.
It'll
my
be like the
instincts-
creek next to the cave we stayed in outside of Ashport, the one that kind of went around the rocks. Do that.
Oh, okay. Not like the raft that went through them.
Right.
Hmm.
You took a long time to dry out after that happened. Let's not do that again.
It's a fond memory.
We'll make it back
Alright.
eventually. For now, I don't know. I don't disagree that the Regent needs to be stopped, but I'm not sure we can do it. It's a bit concerning.
Well, it sounded like we're gonna be part of a revolution. We're gonna get lots of friends.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be part of drumming up people to do that, though. That's not really what I'm good at.
Well, it doesn't need to be drums. There's other instruments.
Well, yeah, I'm not really good at any of them, though. I mean, you've heard me try to sing. It's not the
Oh
best.
yeah, don't do that. That's like the opposite of inspiration. But
I mean, you're not wrong, but it's all right. I'll leave it up to you and Dietrich. It's fine.
All right, we're gonna end that there for disaster strikes. We are gonna end with Curie on their way down to see Lilac. However, Dietrich will find Curie first. I don't know. Dietrich is running around doing what Dietrich's up to, but sees Curie kind of carrying a big box of stuff, about maybe 4 feet long and about 3 or 4 inches thick and
Heavy
12
a
inches
box
deep
are we
or so.
talking? Because
It's not heavy.
Okay. Because my -1 strength might have something to say about that.
Yeah.
Sure. So she's walking around.
Head down to the crew quarters.
Oh, hello, you.
Hi. Would you you need a hand with that?
Sure. And she hands the entire thing to Dietrich.
Right. All right. Cool.
Thank you.
It was the lock replaced on the box.
Oh.
Right. So what's this thing?
Spoils from grave robbing. I snooped. The captain had it. I figured our interim captain would be interested in assessing a few magic items that could be of use as we try to survive in this cold, inhospitable place.
The noodle's barely cold. That's not even all right.
I don't feel like the captain would stand on ceremony when the entire crew is potentially in peril, so... Plus,
Oh.
I was snooping.
No, I think her last moments indicated otherwise.
Anyway, I was going to give these to Lilac. My first instinct was to check with you and Dermot first, but then I thought maybe bureaucracy would be better.
I mean, at least reporting to Lilac and telling them, you know, hey, we've got this box that might be useful, you know, to dole out amongst the crew, namely the immediate
council.
Right.
Yes, that was the intention. Oh, I called dibs on something in there, just letting you know.
Right.
Um,
It's a stabby thing, isn't it?
So Curie just starts walking them towards Lilac's room.
All right, you get to Lilac's room.
Oh. Hi.
Hello, it is your interim diplomatic attaché and moral support. What was I?
Oh.
Morale. Wow,
I mean, not
that was
oh.
it.
Sorry, I just thought you might have been somebody else. Come in.
Not for a long time.
The moment Curie gets in the door, she goes, "Who did you think we were?"
Oh, the lantern.
Tendency to snoop. I caught him rifling through the captain's things.
Oh.
Did you now?
She sits on Lilac's bed.
Oh my god!
That's horrid beef. I can't believe it. And I don't know why I'm suddenly British. Damn it.
It's all right, I'm contagious. Only in the vernacular sense.
Lilac turns British when she's angry. They're angry.
I was able to confiscate this off his person before he was able to abscond with it.
We are going to need to have a very serious discussion about him because he is a problem. I knew it immediately because nobody who's, not hiding something, is all masky and weird. He's just... I have bad feelings.
All right. I don't disagree, but I would like to say a kind word in defense of the mysterious and creepy and masky. I know a number of them, and they're quite delightful. He's just a jerk.
Fair.
Has never
They're
not
mutually
been helpful.
exclusive.
I will say that. He's never not been helpful. Yeah, his motives are, mysterious, but he's come through, right?
Right.
The suspicion because it benefits him.
So, we're all trying to, be
You
here.
just need to be mindful of when it stops benefiting him, that perhaps he's not as reliable as he has been. That's all I'll say on the matter.
That's fair. I mean, you're right.
So,
Right. I had
Your
some time.
friend.
I think.
we have something to show you.
Right. So I think. Oh gosh, I think. Yes. Well, I started making a list. So yes. Going through the captain's things will probably be important because probably there's instructions and things and protocol that's written down
as
and
much as
things
you
like that. And then figuring out her family, and we are gonna need, honestly,
Yes.
oh gosh, there's so many people that have died on this ship where you need to contact so many families. This is a lot of responsibility.
An entirely separate council might need to be established for that sort of business.
Right.
You know,
We need
the
a
ship's-
census. We need a ship census. Okay, I need to make a list to list out everything we need to do.
A pre-list.
I need a
Yes.
list of the lists we need to create.
I need a brainstorm list. But I'll do that. I'll do that.
you need a table of contents.
I think what we need to do is get Piper and Flora and Dermot and I don't know, maybe Niesel. I don't know. I think I was rude
For
to them
what?
once, just to talk and make a plan. But after I make the list, the planned list. But
First, the plan is to make a list, then to make a plan.
I don't know. I might need to workshop that.
All right, a workshop for the plan. I understood.
But
Lilac,
yes,
breathe.
I forgot to do that. You're right.
Very important. I understand there are a lot of words to get out of your very, very active brain, but sometimes you must stopper them a bit.
Right.
So that they breathe.
You and I started to make a decision that was very a you and I decision out of in the moment. And I think that probably what we're going to need to do is get the council together and gosh, council, that's so serious. Because maybe what we're going to need to do is let people go home who want to go home and then notify families because there's so many families. There's just a lot to do. I need to breathe now.
I hate to be complicating, but I believe we have to figure out how to get home before we're able to give people the option to go. And I'm not sure exactly how you split the party, as it were. Or I will also admit that perhaps she takes a long sigh and reclines in on her seat on the bed. I may admit I was perhaps a bit overzealous when I planned the very unspeakable, innumerable ways I wished to kill the regent. It might have been in the spur of the moment.
I'm really glad you said something because I definitely regretted it almost the moment it came out of my mouth, but I didn't want to disappoint you.
I got that impression. Mm-hmm.
So that's why we need to have a meeting. But probably first we should get everyone together and have a statement.
Statement. As it like a mission statement, what we intend.
No, I think more a, well, the captain's dead and that's sad. And if we're here for you and we are the council, and if you need therapy, we don't have any of those, but we can.
We don't have any therapies now.
Try to figure it out.
What's that, Dietrich?
We have a Dermot, you know.
Dermot is worth his weight in therapists.
That's true. All right. So
And
okay.
trauma, to be honest.
This is what I need. I need a little bit of time to make these lists. We're gonna park somewhere safe, I think. Hopefully.
That was going to be my question. What is safe?
I don't know.
Right. I mean, we seem to the regent probably if it was her who was responsible for the Black Star, she probably thinks that we're dead. So we probably bought a little bit of time on that front. But you know, we could go find the merchants. We could go find the kobolds. We could go find.
I was about to say they were the most hospitable we found.
Right.
We check in
Yes.
with Ricky.
All right. All right.
That
Oh.
brings me to
Right.
at least one point we can put a pin in it, but I'll be honest, we need to stock up on things worth trading. I'm a little tired of being constantly forced to start a fight because the two most valuable things on our ship are ostensibly people.
That is a very good point, and that is why you're on the council.
Hopefully not the only reason.
No, there are many, many good reasons. All right.
Lots of
I-
points.
There's just so many things that need to be put onto a list. I think that maybe I'm going to go work on this list, and could you just check on the weird potato? That's bothering me, and it's weird.
Oh, you don't want me to do that, dear. I have too many recipes in my head.
Flora. Get Flora to check on the potato. That's a Flora thing, I think. Potatoes are plant. Yes,
Yes.
potatoes are plant. Yes. I know
It's not
that.
plant.
There's just too
They
much.
have eyes, but they are in fact
There's
plants.
too much in my head.
I understand.
Okay.
Lilac, not to put too much more in your head. And Curie hesitates for a moment because she realizes that Dietrich is also there, but then just sort of gets over it. We seem to have a sentiment around the ship a bit of what was the absolutely eloquent way Piper put it? Fuck home.
That's on my list. That is 2.7. Because that is a sentiment. But we don't know if that sentiment is shared with everyone.
Is it shared
So-
with you? You're great.
Oh, what?
I don't know what to call you as captain. Interim captain just takes a very long time to say, and there's no honorific I can think of. You let me know what it should be.
I'll add that
We're
to the
in-
to-do
we're-
list to figure that out.
Your captainness. Your
Uh,
interimness.
how about my name?
Interimity.
Oh gosh.
There's a certain amount of decorum in front of the rest of the crew that we would need to follow, but we are behind closed doors. We could just call you Lilac.
Only if you're comfortable with that level of informality.
Curie, you're teasing me, and I can tell I'm not that addled right now.
Good. I would like to think that before your unexpected and completely unrelated promotion to myself, I would think we were friends, so I'm a little with Dietrich on this one. In informal settings, we could just
Right.
call it Lilac.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Settled. Does that make your brain buzz a little less like the wasps on that planet? No. All
No.
right. Try.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
For the record, though, I'm firmly in the I want to go home.
See, I knew that it wasn't a uniform sentiment. See? All right. Okay. Well, meetings, lists and meetings and potatoes and therapy. Yes.
What a charmed and coherent life we lead.
Potatoes and therapy.
So, did you address, or were you going to address all the? Okay, go ahead.
That was literally before we do have our meetings. Though there was something I would like to perhaps fast track under your attention.
Sure.
So this box, which I confiscated from that scoundrel lantern, he.
Right.
Every time Logan starts laughing at it.
Can't believe you.
It did contain, I happened to look in, and it did contain some items that could be of use in the event that, well, let's be honest, in the very likely event that hostilities escalate or continue on as they are. I was hoping maybe we could just get sort of a blanket okay to investigate what they are and perhaps distribute them among the council of which to whom they would be most useful.
Yes, sure. As long as they don't look like they are something that, we should probably make sure that there's not a will or something. But that
There's no will. I promise.
Oh,
You confiscated a lack of a will off
Yes.
Renton as well.
Oh, I took it upon myself to question him.
oh, good initiative.
I will be honest, he was very forthright. You did a very good job of rattling his cage.
Good.
So
Good.
excellent first act as captain.
Good. All right.
Well,
Go
all
team
things considered.
or something. I don't know.
Curie reaches out with her walking cane with like the handle end as like a kind of like a fist bump to Lilac. Yes, go team. Oh god. Peanut's not in the room. Doesn't matter. You tried. You failed, Tessa.
Oh, it'll still happen.
All things considered, it seems that we're off to less of a rocky start than one might have expected.
Sure.
We'll get better.
Alrighty.
Is certainly a way to describe.
Well, assistant diplomatic, whatever. Dietrich, can you identify magic items? Because I could use your help.
Maybe in a little while.
All right.
Rough way.
What was
That's
that,
fine.
mumble?
That was meta mumble,
Oh, what was the meta mumble?
I assume. I
Oh.
assume no spell slots.
I don't have identify. I've said it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Well, I can just ruminate on them a bit. I've heard that helps. I don't know much about these things.
So maybe between the three of you, you can kind of tear through them and spend some time with them, and after a short rest or two, you can
Between
identify
Lilac's
them.
list making.
So in the end, the rod is an immovable rod. The amulet is an amulet of health, I believe, is the one that does the +1 to amulet of protection. I'll have to look that one up. It's the one that does the AC and whatever. And then it's the stone is the stone of luck, is a luck stone, so it adds +1 to skill checks and saves, ability checks and saves. I can't remember, so you can look that one up. The dagger is just a +1 dagger. What else was there? There was one other item.
Pipe.
The pipe is I believe, is the pipes of haunting.
Wonder who those should go to.
Small vial with the transparent liquid and a metal shard.
That is a strength potion, a giant strength potion, the second tier, the 23, I believe it is.
Nice.
But I need to know what the case does, because that's what I would like.
Well, when you put something on it, it's on the case, and you get +1 to investigation. Flora and Dermot, we're going to end with you heading down to the room to check on your potato. As soon as you get down into the hold, you walk through the doors, you hear the wailing of this potato, this cry, and just then Peanut starts to have a sneezing fit. Peanut, Dermot, please give me a percentile check as we see what happens with Pop Goes Peanut.
97.
Ooh,
Oh my.
I think we've had that one.
We probably had that. You want me to reroll?
Okay, nope, we have not had that. So as Peanut starts to sneeze, and Flora is heading over to this sentient potato, Peanut doesn't stop sneezing. Just he has like these like shotgun sneezes, one right after another, and each time a handful of silver coins scatters out from his sneeze all over the floor. And it happens over and over and over and over and over again. You're trying to hold these coins, you just can't. To the point where the potato, your new sentient potato friend, stops whining and and actually looks up at Flora and says, "Is he okay?" And
I think you will be.
just continues to sneeze, and you're like starting to worry a little bit. But after a while, he finally seems to stop, and then sneezes a couple more times. Last few coins shoot out all over the floor, and then he stops and kind of looks up at you.
Good job, buddy.
Oh, are you all right
was-
here?
So there's about 500
Oh,
silver
Lord.
pieces scattered out all over the place,
Oh my god.
Good lord.
all over the floor of the cargo
Yeah,
hold.
we can put these on
God.
the trade list. The what?
No. Yes, again.
Wait, what happened?
There's
Piggy
another
just
pop.
redeemed. The last pop goes to
Another
Peter.
pop.
Give me another percentile.
This is the single loudest thing that has ever happened on this floor of the ship.
39.
Lots of 30s. Um, oh, okay. So he then as Flora is about to start talking to the potato, he starts sneezing again. This time he starts to sneeze out little vials of potion. One right after another, and you have to you Dermot, you kind of just catch these as you can, and dropping all the rest of the coins you were holding on the ground because these are more valuable or more important, and they appear to be just kind of this white silvery sort of liquid inside. Once you've identified them, you realize that each one is a potion of healing.
Something that would have been useful yesterday.
How many does he sneeze out?
5.
Very helpful.
Thank you, bud.
Being
Wow.
health, man. Peanut MVP.
So
Are you
how's the
right now,
potato?
Peanut?
Most valuable peanut.
What was that?
I asked how the potato was.
As soon as you kind of ask how the potato was, you go, "Oh!"
Right, I'm sad.
Sir, Mr. Potato, what exact? I'm sorry, I don't know your actual name. No one
What was
said.
the name? I don't remember.
Idaho.
Idaho. Mr. Ho.
All right, Mr. Ho. I know
Yes.
Piper and Lilac said you were sad about something, but I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
dear.
gone. She's left me.
She's gone.
My love.
Is she another sentient potato?
Oh, no potato can do.
Is she another sentient vegetable?
Yes.
Maybe green?
Oh. Like the deepest green. Like the forest.
Would her name happen to be Princess Courgette of the Zucchinis?
Oh, yes, that's my love.
Right. Well, you can dry your eyes, all of them. She's on the ship.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
Let me pick you up and wipe off some of the salt and the dirt, and we'll take you to find her. It's
Oh
not a
no,
problem.
I can't. I couldn't talk to her. She hates me. She said she never wants to see me again.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know. That'll be your nickname.
All right.
My mind always just working. I'm sorry. It just kind of
It's
blows
okay.
out.
All right. Well, Mr. Ho, we've got enough
I don't-
rooms. I can set you up in a different one that's not right next to hers, just so we don't make her angry. And we could try to figure out why she's upset with you.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
You're very
No one's
welcome.
ever offered to help me before.
Couples counseling.
Oh, yeah, we could talk to Dietrich about that.
Everyone's only
He's-
ever tried to
he's so-
eat me.
He won't eat you, I promise. He's not going to want to eat anything that talks back to him. He's the interim council member in charge of moral support, so this seems right up his alley.
Oh, that's perfect. That sounds like exactly the sort of person I need to speak to.
All right. Well, let's get you set up first, and I'll make sure we've got you wrapped in a towel to soak up all the tears.
Perfect.
Okay.
I am not sorry.
I don't
also
know.
not
and-
sorry.
I think that's a great place to end, as Flora goes and finds a shoebox to give Dietrich a roommate. Alrighty.
Oh no, not in Dietrich's room. Just
Oh,
not
I thought-
your
I think they
project.
did
Dietrich needs a little cardboard chaise lounge for his new patients.
It's like a kitchen mandolin, just with the little guard put on it.
Jeez.
Yeah, you can make
Nothing brings out the truth in people like fear.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone for being here, sticking around with us. My gosh, that was
So close to the upgrade. Or we got the upgrade.
You got the upgrade.
Yeah.
You're good. So your upgrade this week was in that box. So you got all of those wonderful magic items.
Thank you.
To upgrade you there. So that was your upgrade this week. I will work on your upgrade for next week. 'Cause it's not always a ship upgrade. Sometimes it's just a people upgrade. As we get moving right along. So I'm very excited. Yeah, so what do we got next? We got tomorrow. We've got the Power Hour with Angela, who's gonna do some fun stuff.
We're doing
And then-
crafting. We're doing crafting again.
Crafting, awesome.
Yeah.
And then Thursday we've got No Brainer at 6 p.m. PST. Which if you are interested, you have a video and a mic and would like to be a contestant on No Brainer, our trivia show, you can come onto our Discord and we can help you get set up there. And then Friday we've got Twitch Sings. We do a karaoke night with the directors and friends who come along and sing for their supper. All of the proceeds from those shows go towards supporting our creators. So all that money goes to help out and support our creators directly. We don't use that money to do anything else with. So if you'd like to help out our creators in this desperate time that we're stuck with, those are the shows that you can come and help donate and have fun and tell everyone about, so they can come and help and have fun too. And then Saturday Homebrew Studio, Monday Reading with Angela, Readers Corner, and then back to Tuesday 7 p.m. right here next week. We will continue the adventures of the Cloudbreaker with interim Captain Lilac and Council. And again, thank you for the Raiders who came by and said hi.
Yes, thank you.
And we will go ahead and do you normally that's who we raid. So we're gonna go find someone to raid, and I will run our credits right now, which is just our intro video. We rerun it because I love it so much.
Be in the
and
Discord for a little bit.
We'll be in the
afterwards?
Discord right after. Yes, exactly. And if you want to come along and add to the chaos, we'll see you next week, 7 p.m. PST, right here on We Are Nerdsmith. See you guys later.
Sailing the stars in search of a harbor. Won't you join our crew? Lilac steady, even when it gets heavy. Amidst the chaos, they'll see you through. Dietrich's disdain hides a gentler refrain to keep our spirits up. And where there's a fight, there's probably Piper. She's tiny, but she's tough. Curie will find what's hidden inside, discover secrets big and small. And there's Flora to smile through the horror and wonder of it all. Dermot the bear looks through his vacant stare, but they will fluff you up. hamster Peanut to help when they're stuck.